What's up? What's up? What's up? Happy hump day, ladies and gentlemen. Happy hump day, boys and girls. This is your girl, Crystal XO. And you guys know Wednesdays are days for the dating diary. And trust me, we have an interesting show today. Interesting show. Of course, I can't start the show off without my co-host. So let me go ahead and get him in the building. Scorpio Mo.
What up? What up? What up? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Happy Wednesday to you. Are you good? Because we talked earlier and you were not great, but
yeah, I was a little razzle dazzle, but it ain't nothing. Little razzle dazzle.
I have to start this off because it is a Wednesday, so I have to tell you guys what happened. I touched base with Mo to just make sure. You know, we try to check in before the shows on Wednesday just to make sure that we're on board for tonight's show. So he's at the mall shopping, you know, as he likes to do. You guys know Mo he's a man of style, so he's always at the mall. So he comes out and we're talking. He's like, yeah, I'm good. So we're getting ready to get off the phone, and he's like, oh man. And I'm like, what's going on? He was like, they done stole my car. And I said, are you sure? Are you sure? Because I'm gonna tell you guys why. This is in perfect candor. I have basically, I don't know who is on here. Hey, Consta baby, welcome, Helena Mosley.
What up, everybody?
Remember, that's dope. So I have come out of Atlantic Station in Atlanta and thought my car was stolen. Right, first look, and then start feeling that sense of, you know, dun dun dun, like dread, like, oh, went, got a security guard, was about to just, you know, throw it all to the wind. Come to find out, my car was on the ground level and I was on level 2, right? So I don't know if this is things that happen to us as we start to become a particular age, but I tried to say, I just thought the first thing I thought in my mind was when I had done this before. So I said, Mo, did you pay attention to where you came in? Yeah. I don't forget. I said, okay. I said, I just don't think that your car was stolen. I said, because I just don't, it's like 5:00. You know, he's at a mall that, you know, is not necessarily one of the poppin' malls in Atlanta. So I just didn't think that was going to be the case. He insisted. Now I'm in the grocery store trying to make sure that I get my little groceries and stuff. And I'm like, I don't think that anybody is stealing cars at 5:00 on a Wednesday from this particular mall. Nope, the car is stolen. Oh man. And I'm like, well, I guess I'll postpone tonight's episode. And he was like, it's going to be a long night. He's just going through all the manitations that men start going through when they think something is wrong. So I get ready to get off the phone because I'm like, well, you know, let me let you off the phone, trying to figure out, does he need help? This Negro, they didn't steal my car. The J.C. Penney is next to the Macy's. Now I am in the grocery store. First of all, I'm trying to convince him that his car is not stolen. Then when he proves to me, I'm like, okay, well, no, I don't forget. I'm not somebody that ever forgets. I know where I'm. So almost kind of shading me as a woman for like sometimes forgetting where I'm at, getting turned around my directions. I literally said, I hate you right now. Did I say that? Because I was like, I can't believe you took me through all of this. And I said to you, did you know where you came in? Yeah, I know where I came in. But obviously you did not.
Here's the thing. First of all, I was not shot. I was getting a screen repair.
Okay, your phone. Right. Okay.
Now I always walk through the Macy's.
Okay.
And for some reason, when I came out through J.C. Penney. And I should have known because the trip didn't seem as far, and it seemed more closed in J.C. Penney than it did in Macy's. But I was on the phone with you, so I wasn't thinking about it. And then when I got out, I did panic. I was about to call the insurance company. I'm looking around. I was like, somebody stole my car. Here's the thing. This is why I've questioned our friendship. Because Christal always shits on my car. I have an Acura, and Christal just don't nobody want no Acura.
No. Okay, now you've done it. Now I'm going to be honest. See,
don't nobody want your Acura.
I didn't bring this part up. I did not bring this part up. I purposely did not. But this is what he said.
The most stolen. Back in the day, it was the most stolen car in Atlanta.
Well, there it is. He's going to tell you. So that's the funny part. XO family. This Negro says to me, I said, Mo, I don't think that anyone is stealing used Acuras on a Wednesday. and he says, sounding like an ancient geezer, well, you know, back in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, the Acura was one of the most stolen.
They hold that value.
And I said, well, that's not today. That's not what the hot boys that are stealing cars in Atlanta are after right now. Now, I was not even going to bring that part up, but he did it. He put his foot in the mouth. So I'm like, no, this is not the late 90s, early 2000s. Nobody is trying to get.
My car is not a late 90s, early 2000s.
But the point is, nobody wants an Acura. And reliable cars. I said, what is in it? I said, well, what was in it? Because sometimes a car that is not necessarily a luxury car, it is a very good car. Then he says, well, you know, they retain their value like Honda Accords. And I said, I understand. And yet Honda Accords are not high on the theft list either. Nobody is stealing a sensible car.
People want those cars.
They don't.
They're reliable.
For a good deal not people that are stealing. People that are stealing. Then I said, well, Mo, I said, the young boys that are out here stealing, they don't know about those old statistics. He said, no, not one of those. An older guy that can go to a chop shop. Negro, no. Your car is not the one they are taking to the chop shop. Not.
The parts.
Mo, nobody wants old Acura parts.
It's not an old. People want Acuras. And
they don't.
You go anywhere and you try to get it, and you're gonna be surprised. Acura, Toyota.
I'm not. Those are cars that people buy, not steal. Those are good, reliable, good cars. Yes, I had a Honda. I love a Honda. I tried to find it. Dr. Hughes says y'all ain't listening to the press. No, we're not. We're not.
To the who?
The is who? Which one is talking? I don't want to hear anybody right now. I'm over politics. This is my evening. I don't want to spend it with politics. We are talking about dating diaries. But
yeah.
Thank you for the heads up.
That was kind of it was a little sticky for a minute. Then I left. I don't know if I got halfway home, maybe a quarter way.
We're still on the phone. We're still on the phone, by the way. Now, I said, I think we should get off the phone now because I was emotional. I was in the grocery store and I'm thinking, oh God, if Mo's car is stolen, like, what does that mean? Do I need to see if we can get some help? And he's like, then when he says, oh, there it is, he just totally, I'm up high in emotion and he totally switches it up. Then he's in the car, he's grumbling about somebody being in front of him. And then he's like,
I get to the gas station and I try to pump gas and realize I do not have my bank card.
And then I said, well, I mean, I'm sure you got some money, you know, you could get, and then you can get your bank card.
$9.
I said you could call in the morning and let them know who you are. Well, no, it's the kiosk. I said, okay. I'm thinking, okay, in my head, like, okay, you could still call, figure out who's the kiosk. He said, well, no, I like my bank card in my hand. I said, you sound like
this is when she had all the jokes.
Man, you sound like a 65-year-old Fred Sanford. I like my bank card in my hand. Well, you left it, okay? There's no we can do. He is just a grumbling. And basically, I say all this to say, men of a particular age, lend me your ears. This is the type of thing that only one woman is going to deal with. Multiple women are not going to deal with this foolishness. Mo is an older man. I'm an older woman. I am an auntie. I get it. I get it. And I know my issues are not for the young guys either. But I'm just saying, men, it's so many men that are like this age that be trying to play. And I'm on the phone like this Negro. You need a woman. First of all, you need a woman. Okay. And you need one woman that has a lot of patience. And that's all I have to say about that.
It's possible.
One woman, a lot of patience. That's it. Nobody is out here. Can you guys see all the 16-year-old little water boys out here like, ooh, there go that used Acura. No.
I like my Acura. F y'all.
Well, as you should, but they don't want it.
I don't know why.
You're safe. You're safe. And then I said, well, what was in it? Because I was like, well, maybe if he had something of value on the back seat, then somebody may be able to, they may want, he said, well, I got my work back. Oh, nobody.
Work back. You get into my work.
Nobody is going to steal that. No one's going to steal it. No one's going to steal it.
Well, anyway. I got everything intact. I got my card. I went back to the mall. We all good.
Whew. He just took a few years off my life, but yeah. So anyway,
where we at?
That's how we started today. But I think that all of us on here can laugh at, as I was laughing at Mo, I realized it was raining outside, and I feel like my knee was acting up. So I was like. I was so mad. I was like, why? I kept rubbing my knee. I was like, is that
rubbing?
I don't have any rods or screws. Why is my knee tingling? Because it's raining outside. Oh, I don't like getting older. But anyway, here we are.
Yes, we are.
Here we are. Here we are. But to help us get through it tonight, I'm sorry that we have not started talking about dating yet, but we're getting ready to get into it. I want to give a shout out to Seagram's Escapes. As you guys know, I am not a drinker. But Seagram's Escapes has something for me. Seagram's Escapes has a new series of refreshers. And I'm telling you, this is the can. It's in a can.
Oh, there we go.
Yep. So this is the mango orange. They have kiwi lime and strawberry acai. And my favorite is the pineapple cherry, but I also like the mango orange. So in case, this is what I suggest. And this is what I'm actually doing because, sometimes we'll have like a get together at the house and I don't drink beer. My husband is a big beer drinker. And a lot of people that come over, they may like beer, alcohol, or, harder stuff. I pop out my Seagram's refresher and I'm in the game. Football is on. They have their beer. I have my Seagram's Escapes.
There you go.
And I'm in the game. Yeah.
You gotta do
it. It's cool and refreshing. It's fruity. And I'm getting a little taste without too much. And I love it. I love it. So anyway, definitely check it out. For those of you that did come to our Love Connection XO, Seagram's Escapes is our title sponsor. So we are super excited to have them on board. Everyone that came this past month did get a chance to taste their Seagram's Escapes, but this refresher is really good, and hopefully we'll be able to have some of them for sampling at the next event. I know I'm having an event here at my house, like a beauty influencer dinner, and we are going to have Seagram's Escapes. So we're going to take it up a level and have our our little bar, our mixologist. Add some fruit and things like that. So it's going to be cool. I'll be sure to share with you guys later, but make sure you check it out. Seagram's Escapes. And this is the refreshers. So just a little something to give you and your girlfriends. It's great to taste. Add a little kick to the taste. When I was in college, we used to do wine coolers. So this kind of puts me in the mindset. Did you laugh at my wine cooler? Did you laugh at that?
Oh God.
Why is a wine cooler funny?
It just sounded like y'all thought y'all was doing it with your wine coolers.
We did. And the funny thing is, shouts out to my girlfriends in college. My little riding posse was Treese, Kenya, Leslie, Jen, Gina, and Kim. And we would take, because we were obviously the good girls, as we learned later that we're not cool. We're smart, but not necessarily the ones that were hanging out smoking weed after the party. But we would have our wine cooler, and I remember we would drink one and be like acting like you got a buzz, right? You feel like you have a buzz. We thought we had a buzz. Now I realize there probably was really no buzz, but hey.
You had to at least drink 3 of them, maybe.
No, you'd have to go to the bathroom all night. You'd be bloated. And you don't want to be bloated. You don't want to be bloated when you got your stomach out at a college party. So you definitely are not drinking 3. But yeah, that was we were the good girls.
Not at least Boone's Farms or nothing.
No, a wine cooler. We were not, we weren't even really, probably not even 21, not even supposed to be really drinking. I was in college at 16, 17, so I wasn't even really able to drink.
That never stopped anybody.
Well, it stopped
Especially
me.
in college. Especially in college.
It stopped me. I was a woman of moral value, okay? Anyway, you guys check out Seagram's Escapes refreshers. Like I said, the pineapple cherry and the mango orange are my favorite. All right, so let's get into, we got to give you guys the feedback on the love connection. Now, I before we get into the dates, because we had 3 people end up on dates, right? First couple.
3?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
First couple, I think, had a nice brunch. It just something to enjoy. One was out of town, one was in town. So I think that kind of like, it was just brunch, right? Enjoyed brunch. And we don't know what happened with that. We do have feedback on the other 2 couples. However, I want to ask you this. I have a friend that I was talking to last night that watches the show. And she said, Christal, I think what you should do is you should create an app where women can submit a man that they have vetted. So for instance, me, you and I are friends. I could say, hey, this is my friend, Mo, and you can go out with him. I don't know if it'll be a love connection, but I do know that he is a man. He's not ain't-ish Negro, right? Like he's not like a lot, I don't know exactly what happened, but we do know that he is on the up and up. Because she said, I think that we need to be given referrals. Because sometimes, first of all, I think those relationships do better when people are introduced through, a certain way. But I think if a woman can actually give it a cosign, I think because she was saying, I think it could go further. And then I told her, because she said she had a cousin that she would definitely refer. Now, her cousin is newly divorced. And I told her, I don't ever suggest dating newly divorced people are very, very, very dysfunctional. Spoken from a former divorced person. So I don't think so. But I want to know what you think. Do you think that if we created a situation where people could say, hey, this is my friend, I know them, and I can vouch for them, that you will at least, be respected. He's not going to have he's not a serial killer. He doesn't have 18 children that he's hiding, just the bare necessities. Do you think that would help the dating process be a little bit easier?
I think it would. But here's the problem, because on that situation, it's woman to woman. Man, I think it should be opposites, right? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like you would tell me, but you can't tell your girlfriend, or you can. How do I want to say it? I can't tell my homeboy to get on it. I don't know, because I'm just trying to think. Is there a way that you can cheat and you can big up somebody because that's your people, but is it really going to be the right information?
So you're saying that maybe a man should co-sign the man. Oh, bonsoir.
Right.
That's
no,
it.
I'm saying not that, because he gonna put in a word for his boy that might not necessarily be true.
But that's what I'm saying. Maybe a woman,
but my bad, a woman is better But I can say men would, like, for me, if, for instance, if there's a woman that I can't mess with, that's off limits to me.
Okay.
It could say if I have a woman, but she has a friend and her friend is bad.
Right. There you go. There we go.
I'm the type of person, I want my friend, look, but I do want you to tell me about it.
Now that part we don't.
But because I can't do nothing with it, but I would want somebody to know, or whatever. But
why do you need them to tell you about it?
I don't know, because I just would like to live through him. I would like to, yes.
That's really messed up, Mo.
I'm just saying, if it's something I can't, and I'd be like, yo, and I know a situation like that. But I tried to, but she wasn't with it with my friend. She wasn't with it.
See, I would, okay, if there was a nice looking guy, I'm obviously married. So if I saw a beautiful man, I would hook my friend up with him, but I wouldn't be like, girl, tell me about it.
But
I don't want to know about it because I can't.
How would you know he's a good man? Or how would you know he's good for her?
I feel like I can tell like certain things.
Okay. I'm gonna give you an example. Okay, well, tell me this. You want to hook Shay up with somebody. What would you look for in the dude? What would he need to have?
So he would need, I know. I feel like I have some good. I tried to hook her up and it didn't work. That's why I kind of exhaled. But I think I know with her, I would need someone that is very confident, right? Okay. Attractive, and but see, she doesn't really have a type. So she's not really like stuck on physical appearance the way some women are. But they need to have like a really strong sense of self so that they don't feel, because she's a businesswoman that interacts with a lot of men. She's also a very beautiful woman that a lot of men want to talk to. So he would have to really have a good sense of self. And I think, being from the Midwest, I think the personality, he has to be kind of laid back and cool, not like uptight. He has to be kind of like,
aggressive, not aggressive.
I think he has to be a man's man.
I don't know if that has anything to do with aggression.
Well, he can't be a passive.
No, you can be laid back, but when it's necessary, but aggressive.
But I think that's what a man's man is. I think that's like someone who they're comfortable in their skin. They're not going to be pushed around, but they're also they make their presence known. That's my definition of a man's man. Okay. Well, and I also like him to be able to fix a car and like build something as well. That's just me. I don't know if she's into that. Yes. I have to ask her. But yeah, I have a couple of girlfriends that I've tried to hook up, but I know most of my girlfriends, they do want someone that's financially affluent. I don't really have girlfriends that are struggling financially. So that's why
every time I hear they don't really have a type, then that type is always he gotta have money. The money is.
We're talking about physical though. They don't really have physical types. They don't really like. Well, no.
That's what I'm talking about. Her. That's what I'm talking about. The women that seem to don't have physical types, that's because the money covers that end of it. If it's not,
it's not even the money. I think it's the personality. Like what she told me, like this, a guy could be like 5'7" or 5'8", but if he walks in the room like he's 6'4", then I'm not going to pay attention to the fact that he's 5'8".
If you standing over him, you would.
I hate you. I hate you. But I think I don't know. I think I think my girlfriend could be onto something, but this is why.
No, I like that.
This is why I don't know. I don't know, because I do think that people show up differently with people that they're dating than people that they're friends with. Because I have a lot of guy friends I'd be friends with, but I would never date. Like we can hang out all day, but I would not, because I just know the way they think is not copacetic to how I think. And then also people display different issues in dating than they do just in regular life. Like a guy could be, in fact, I have a friend that's like that. I would recommend him to date with any woman because I think he's a great guy, but he is extremely chauvinistic. Extremely chauvinistic. He wants a very submissive. He and I are cool. He was like my work husband for years, but that man is so like he wants his woman to just be quiet and sit there and I mean that's ridiculous. To me, that's ridiculous. So I would never date him, but that doesn't affect our friendship. Our friendship is great, but when it comes to a relationship, he wants something very different.
Can I say this? And I just had this conversation recently,
Mm-hmm.
explaining, like, I'm different men to different women.
Explain.
I mean, my morals and principles are always the same, but what I choose to push out into the forefront is based on who they are. And what I mean is, I'm a gentleman to a lady,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not a gentleman to a B or H. I might be even cool, but I'm not pulling everything out of a gentleman hat for nothing. The lady gets all that. You might get bits and pieces. I treat women fair, but to me, it's just like putting things in its proper space. Like, I could be cool, I could be fair. It doesn't mean I have to disrespect you, but you get entry level respect. The lady, the woman that carries herself like a lady gets elevated respect. You know what I'm saying? You get entry level, which is not disrespectful or anything like that. It's just like, I'm not, that's the difference. I'm not treating you like her, so she knows the difference and you know the difference. So somebody might ask a woman about me, and she'd be like, well, I don't know him to be that. Yeah, that's what they mean about different people bring different results. You know what I'm saying? And if you a guy, if you've ever tried to be a super gentleman, or just, just being what you were taught to be to someone that doesn't receive or respect that, you feel low. You feel real, real low. And you be like, wow, almost hurt. So I've learned, like I said, and when I say this, I don't mean I disrespect these women. It's just that we're cool. We're buddies. We can be homeboy in a friend level, but I'm never treating her like her. So when she gets to her, she knows her place is different from them. And that's how I separate the two. She's not, well, he treats no, I treat you this way. And I had to display that to someone last year around this time, and maybe she'll catch this or whatever, but she saw a whole nother side of me. And I had to take that back from her. She'll never see me like that again. And and she was shocked. But here was the next thing. The next day, she called me and was like, it was Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting her not to call me for a while. Maybe even never, the way I was talking to her. Because she did something and brought something out of me that she'd never seen before in all the years that I've known her.
Mm-hmm.
Called me, and I was like, damn, I should have been doing this, because I corrected a lot of things that I thought was disrespect, and I just had enough, and I snapped, and I said some things, and I meant everything I said. I didn't apologize for nothing, but we had better understanding moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, and that was just years of me, like I said, if it was cool and fair treatment all the way, I get that. But me elevating and giving her that, it was way too much to me. And that's just me. I'm not saying every guy is like that, but I know different people bring different results. And them different results is based on how you carry yourself, for me.
What's up, Corey? What's up, Corey? What's up, C-Dub? That reminds me of a lyric from one of my favorite Jay-Z records.
What's that?
The Jay-Z and Beyonce, Bonnie and Clyde. We did play this at our wedding. But he has a line.
You did play at your wedding.
I did. I like the song. I had it on standby for if I ever got married. That was our little dance and our wild and out song. But there's a line that I always liked, and I always thought that was, I don't believe in the whole thing of cheating respectfully, right? Or even disrespect, but there is, I do believe in this line. He says, the problem is you do treat the one that you loving with the same respect that you treat the one that you humping. That ain't about nothing. And I don't think that men should ever disrespect women.
Right.
I do think as a woman, like when you see a man that is just running behind every woman or overly catering to every woman, you're not going to feel special. And I think that's one of the things that men have to also understand. Like, when you're cheating when a man is cheating on his woman, back in the day, this is like old school energy, right? Where you don't treat your woman the same way you would treat. And I'm not saying that I'm not condoning cheating, so y'all don't start up with me.
It's not about cheating.
It's not about cheating. I'm saying, like, even if that's your girlfriend and you go out, you should, there should be a certain way that he treats the woman that is his woman that's different. And if you treat everybody like that, then it's not special when you treat one like that. So
there you go.
it kind of waters it down. So I know that there are guys, I would always think, because I have a lot of guy friends that are very nice to me and do things, like we go out there, going to make sure I'm good. But I always think if they're this nice to me and I'm their friend, what must they do for the woman that they're with?
There you go.
And I think a lot of times men don't understand that you do need to level it up, right? I don't think it should never be about disrespect, but there's a certain place and a certain softness and a certain, that he should be able to have reserve for the woman that he's with. And for men that just spread that everywhere, that's a bad sign.
Thank you.
Yes, China Doll, that's true. She quoted Matthew 7:6, don't cast your pearls before swine. And that goes for women too. Like, it's not, you should not be treating everyone like he's your king. Every man is not my king. I only have room for one. That king is not plural. Neither is queen. So I do think that there's something to that. But speaking of that,
yes,
we have a little bit of a problem. We have run into a problem, and I want to preface this by saying, I hope this is not uncomfortable for you.
Who's you?
You, as in Mo, as in Scorpio Mo.
Like how?
Hold on.
You
So we were just talking about friends and how we can give people a cosign or not, right?
Okay.
Well, obviously, one of our dates from the Love Connection XO was your friend Dave. He went on a date with one of our listeners, that's named Kelly. You met Kelly at the event. Very pretty girl.
Right.
What's happening?
Was he officially playing? Was he there to play?
He said he wasn't. He said he wasn't initially. However, as the evening wore on, I did notice, and I actually vocalized this, that he was booed up over in the corner talking. And he said when he came on here last week, I asked him about the date. He did try to blow me off initially, but we did let him know. He did say that he was asking the young lady out. He walked her to her car. So I was like, oh, this is a successful night. We have 3 couples that have gone out. So
they went out?
I have received some information, and they went out. And the verdict was not good. So I'm just giving you a preface. I don't want you to be upset because this is your friend. But when Kelly reached out to me, I told her that I asked her, was she okay with me sharing this story? Because we did have Dave on our show last week.
Okay.
And you guys know, I mentioned to him, I asked him about the date, and then I circled back and asked him again. And he said that he was going to go out, but he didn't. And we asked him, would he come back when he had gone on the date, right? And he said yes. So
she's going to pop up on the screen?
No, she did not feel comfortable coming on, but she has sent me a message.
Okay.
And so I just that is hilarious. Blink 182 said, did he try and give her $500 at the casino? No, that is hilarious. That is hilarious. I want to say this before I get into what she said, because this is crazy. I want to say that I am sharing this because, number one, I take our platform seriously. Okay. I feel like the people that listen to this show and trust us, they tune in every week, and we appreciate that. I appreciate that. And as a result of that, I want you guys to know that I'm a genuine person. So if something happens on my watch that's effed up, I'm going to say it.
Okay.
Now, I did not tell you about this because this is your friend. I don't have a long history with him. I know him through you.
Right.
I had not seen him. I think I probably saw him once before, years ago. And then that night, that's it. So I don't have a relationship with him. I do appreciate him coming on the show, and he was entertaining. But I also appreciate the listeners that are here every week and hold us down. And so if I host an event and we're talking about speed dating and somebody is on some BS, then I'm going to call it out. So that's what I'm about to do. Yeah. So here we go. Buckle up. Tamasha, buckle up. Okay, we're checking Dave because Dave came on here last week presenting himself as, this great guy. And I'm not saying he's not a great guy, but I'm going to let the entire chat and Mo make their decision based on Kelly's testimonial. Okay. Hi, Christal. I just wanted to first say that it was very nice meeting both you and Mo at your speed dating event. I did, in fact, go out on a date with Dave. However, it is not a match. I know he is a good friend, so I will not disparage him. But what I will say is it was pretty clear that he wasn't interested in me, but we did speak each day briefly following the event. Now, that's the first red flag because I understand that she's being nice and saying that he wasn't interested in her. But obviously he was interested in something because he was reaching out to her every day after the event. She said, we had agreed to go on a date Thursday. He was on your show on Wednesday discussing the event. If you all remember Dave on the show last Wednesday, put a 1 in the chat. If you were here, you remember Dave talking. He mentioned he had a good time at the event. He did say that initially he wasn't there to speed date, but he did meet someone. Mm-hmm. And he did say that he was going out with her. So after that, Wednesday night, they had a conversation. Here we go. When he gave his social media information out, I simply followed him. Nothing more, nothing less. I spoke with him briefly following the show to confirm the date and time for Thursday. Well, I woke up on Thursday to a DM from his ex-girlfriend asking me how I knew him. She saw that I was a new follower of his and she DM'd me on IG. She sent a friend request on Facebook and LinkedIn.
To her?
Yes. So this girl, let's just run it back. Single Dave gives out his Instagram to everybody here, right? You guys remember that? Gave out, told everybody to follow him.
Okay.
And then after he does that, the girl that was watching that went on the date with him, she followed him. This ex-girlfriend, out of the blue, starts following her on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Now, I call flag on the play at that point. Yes, Mo.
Did anybody else in the chat follow him when we announced?
Oh, that's a good question. Did anyone else follow Dave?
Did they get anything?
And if so, were you hit up? Now, I will say this.
Continue.
Kelly is a very beautiful girl, right? So I know women know that if you look at your man, if I'm assuming that the ex-girlfriend knew what was going on.
What do you mean as far as like what?
There's a reason that she noticed that Kelly following him right away.
Okay.
Alexis F said, I did not follow him on IG. All right. So anyway, now I just want to say China Doll said not me either. Okay. And then Sunny Rain said never even considered. Okay. All right. We got you. Okay. Y'all are my people. So this is the thing. If you follow a person for that girl to follow her on IG, Facebook, and LinkedIn, I don't like that because number one, if you're following me on LinkedIn, that's stalker vibes from the jump, right? That's weird.
That's the work thing, right?
What?
That's the work thing.
Yeah, LinkedIn is like where you go to network for work. Like, no,
right.
Don't have nobody follow. Don't have nobody bringing no mess to me on my LinkedIn, right? That's not cool. I don't want no mess, period. But definitely not my job. Like that's affecting, you're finding out information about my job. That's my livelihood. Now we're not cool. That's not, that's not control your chick, right?
I'm following.
Not feeling that. So that let me know that first of all, for her to follow her on all 3 platforms, that doesn't feel like an ex-girlfriend. That feels like somebody that feels entitled to you currently, right? That's weird. That's a lot of following. And she may be a little crazy.
I'm listening.
Okay, Michelle says, Christal, I love you, but couldn't you have given Mo a heads up before telling this story since it's his friend? It could be a bit awkward. He's your co-host. No, because I mean, Kelly, Yes, Mo is my friend, just like he is Dave's friend. But this doesn't have anything to do with Mo. Kelly reached out to me, and I'm sharing the information. It's not personal. It has
I
nothing.
didn't even know her. This, if
Yeah,
I
Mo
hear
has
her
nothing to
name,
do with this. If Dave is going to be upset, he could be upset with me. But he also should not have gone. He came to our event. He knew we hosted it. So if he went out with someone from the show, then it's very likely that that person would share this story with me. So I don't feel bad about that. But I also did not tell Mo specifically because I did not want him to be involved. This is me because Kelly reached out to me. She sent me an email. So anyway, the girl followed the girl sent a friend request on Facebook, LinkedIn, and IG. Needless to say, she sent several more messages questioning how I knew him. And he, of course, told me that she was crazy, so much so that he had a restraining order against her and that now he needs to update it. He asked if I was still interested in going on the date, and reluctantly I said yes. I had no reason to believe he was lying. The page she sent the DM from was under a fake name, but the Facebook and LinkedIn requests were under her real name, which he shared with me.
oh,
I must
say that last part one more time.
She said the IG, the Facebook page that she sent the DM from was, the IG page she sent the DM from was under a fake name, but the Facebook and LinkedIn were under her real name, which he shared with her. So I must say I was somewhat disappointed that a 53-year-old man showed up for a first date empty-handed, no flowers or anything, but I digress. While we were at dinner, I asked him how long it had been since they stopped dating, and that was when he told me that he had slept with her as recent as last month. I tried to explain to him his role and her thoughts of them still being together, and he said, well, I told her we're done and it's over while continuing to sleep with her. No bueno. At any rate, I wanted to give you an update on what happened. I still think he's a cool dude, but he is not the dude for me. All right. Now, the reason that I wanted to say this is it's a few things. There's a few things in this email that are red flags. Number one, and we talk about dating. So this is a dating disaster, right? Number one, I feel like if I go out with you or I'm talking to you and girls start DMing me and texting me, I'm out. I'm out. I'm not. So she says she reluctantly went out. I think Kelly, like, you didn't owe him that. And I think a lot of times women, we give way too many chances up front.
What day was this?
What day was what?
They went out.
They went out on Thursday. He was on our show on Wednesday.
Right.
So now they went out, and then but this is after they went out after the girl had reached out to her. And the girl was asking, how do you know him?
She reached out to her that night?
She reached out to her. Well, she said she reached out. Hold on, let me pull it back up.
God damn, that was fast.
That is very fast. Yeah, she said the girl realized that she had paid attention to who his new followers were. That's what that is.
You could do that?
I think so.
I thought, you could do that on Facebook.
No, you could do it on Instagram. You can see who the person is following.
But new?
She said that the girl. So she said, well, I woke up on Thursday to a DM from his ex-girlfriend asking how I knew him. Now we got off of here like at 10 o'clock on last Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then she said she woke up. So she said she followed him right after that. And then she woke up the next morning to that. Now I said to her, I said, that is not okay. I said, he's not necessarily my friend. He's a friend of Mo's. I am not okay with this. Are you okay if I share this? I appreciate you watching the channel and coming to our event. I'm not okay with people taking advantage of people they meet through me. I would like to address this out of respect for you actually supporting us. That's not okay. That is what I said to her, and that is what I meant. And that's what I still mean. And I don't think that necessarily means he's a bad person. I just think this is the dating shenanigans that women get tired of dealing with. And that's why it's hard for women to actually be excited about dating. If he knew he had a stalker / ex-girlfriend / girlfriend, Kelly says she DM'd me at 8 a.m. on Thursday. Come on, man. 8 a.m.? That's a girlfriend. Nobody is DMing someone that they used to deal with, a girl, that a new female that their dude is dealing with, unless he's current. At 8 a.m. she woke up with it. It's on breakfast time. That's breakfast. That is breakfast time, Mo.
It is. So I'm a little thrown off. So why did she go? If I hear stalker, I'm not going near you.
Well, I just said I think a lot of women do this. A lot of women try to give a man a chance. I think Dave is charming, to an extent. Yes, breakfast time, not demon time, Alexis. That's crazy. 8 a.m. You on my LinkedIn at 8 a.m. girl. What? That's crazy. But and it's definitely not a match, but it also, I'm just saying, we're talking about dating disasters. This is what happens when you don't close the door all the way. I think a lot of times men are unhappy in a situation, or maybe they're happy this way. I don't really know why that happened, but what I do know is for him to come and say that he was not going to do the speed dating, that probably meant that he knew he wasn't necessarily, should not be speed dating. Right? Because he said, I'm just
or
here.
Maybe he wasn't in the market of dating.
Obviously, he's not, because he got a girl that's.
Well, I got you.
I know you can't really say anything, so I'm fine. You can freeze.
No, I'm walking through the steps. This is my first time, so I'm walking through. So they went out. The only reason why I'm saying this because I spoke to him Friday. He didn't mention the date to me.
That's weird. That's weird in itself.
So I'm trying to okay, he went out.
But okay, let me ask you this, because I know that is your friend. I want you to speak with what it. I mean, best case scenario. For me, I don't believe women act like that when they're not actually dealing with the guy. That's not an ex-girlfriend. That's not an ex-girlfriend. That's
how long y'all been dealing with each other for, right? If you're dealing, I don't know how long.
LinkedIn, Facebook, and IG.
Yeah.
That's wild.
No. Her response is a response to a woman that would be damn near mad. Like she felt like she was the wife. Damn.
That's what I'm saying. At least your girl. Like she felt like you're playing in my face.
Right. But I'm saying, if you end it, like how they say, you're not really, but I'm still in the relationship with you. You said it's a phrase that women say.
Women say
that? It's a phrase that I heard. I forgot how it go. You might have broke up with me, but I ain't broke up with you.
I ain't never. Have y'all said that? If you said that, put a 1 in the chat. That sounds crazy.
I just told you I had a woman tell me we was together, and I'm like, I ain't seen you in 9 months.
Oh, that's that Jennifer Hudson. And I am telling you, I'm not going. Women are doing that.
Yeah, I told you what the one. I don't say what the woman did. But I told you, and she was like, "Well, I'm this," and I'm like,
"She's not gonna DM me. I ain't got nothing for her."
I saw you July last year.
I don't know. I don't know that man. Harpo, who this? I don't know Dave like that. That's Mo's friend. DM Mo, because I don't know.
Yeah, she should have, because I'm like, but I think he stated that when we first got there, we all did our little testimony or just introduced ourselves, pardon me. And then he was like, me, Mo, and Corey, we all came down here, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So she was, damn, I'm confused now. Did she say she talked to,
she told Dave, and Dave told her that.
Oh, she told Dave.
Yes, of course. It's nobody. You're gonna immediately tell the guy. Immediately. Let me tell you something.
What did she say, Dave? Well, you just read the whole thing, so
no, there's more.
Okay.
All right. I said, I don't appreciate that.
Boogie is in here, so I'm pretty sure Dave is probably going to tap in at some point.
I mean, he's welcome to tap in.
Yeah.
That's just. I mean, I don't. but I would hope that he would not tap in and call anybody a liar, because that's not what this is. That we shouldn't be.
But
like,
no, not guy. I mean,
cool.
he might be in the comments. I can't read him, but I'm just saying. So you said she told Dave, and Dave's response was what?
He got annoyed when I told him he was wrong for sleeping with the girl last month. He said he did it because he hadn't gotten any in a while. Now that was ridiculous. I would have been like, I would have probably hung the phone up at that. Like, he had the nerve to say he was going to update the restraining order in another county, in another county. And he claims she is a stalker who continues sleeping with their stalker and gets a restraining order against them. Not to mention, at the event, he kept talking about women only caring about money, and he did nothing but talk about all the things that he had. The only thing I will say positive is he loves his children, and his face lights up when speaking about them. Outside of that, everything about him in his conversation was surface and shallow.
Dave, I didn't know. This is I'm learning as you're learning. So she told the, and I spoke to him. He didn't say anything to me. So I mean, I don't know. It's like my hands get tied at that point because he didn't say anything to me. What could I do? You know what I'm saying? I couldn't do anything.
I mean, it's not your fault.
That's what I'm saying, because she didn't reach out to me. She reached
out to me, and I
maybe that's why though.
Okay, I'm sending you the link. I'm sorry, C-Dub.
But maybe that's why she didn't reach out to me, knowing that was my friend. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm sure, because he mentioned that. He mentioned that you guys were friends. Right, but my thing is, this is not to bash Dave. This is to say, dude, this is why, and I want you. This is why women get irritated with guys, and there's so many women in this chat, so many women on this channel that are like, Christal, I don't even want to give it a chance, because this is the games. If you have that going on, why even do all that? Why go out on a date with me? Why? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. It's all unnecessary.
That aspect I get. I would have ran if I would have heard you got restraining and we going out, because I don't know when this chick might pop up. Yeah, you got restraining order for a reason.
You say that, but what we're not going to do is we're not going to put the blame on her.
No. And I'm sorry if that's the message. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not putting it on her. I'm just saying I'm not saying she's supposed to do what I do, because I don't want to. This is not a victim shame. I don't want to do that. That's not it. That's right.
No, and Blink, yeah, we're not bashing Dave, but we are rebuking his practices. I just think that's not cool. And I also think, I will say this, we just talked about, I got a knee that's acting up. Mo is walking around in the mall in circles. Like, we too old to be doing stupid stuff like this. If you got a chick that feels like she's your chick, and somebody said something in the chat earlier, every time you go out with a guy, you have to say, you have a girlfriend, no. Is there somebody who thinks they're your girlfriend?
I've heard that.
I say that all the time because of this kind of thing. And I will say this: we now Vigilante, our other date, who I hope went better. He's getting ready to join us in just a second. So I want to set that up and make sure that if Dave joins, he can. But we're bringing on Vigilante at 9. So if Dave wants to join, he can, but it won't be at 9.
Vigilante.
Huh?
Is it Vigilante or Vigilante? I've been saying his name wrong, if that's the case. Is it Vigilante or Vigilante?
We can ask him when he joins.
Vigilante would make it sound French and a little better.
Okay, we could go there.
Vigilante doesn't match with his energy. Vigilante just sounds like criminal, sounds like bad shit.
Dave is joining, but we're gonna have to bring Vigilante's gonna come on in a minute, but I think he's trying to join now. This is my thing. I remember I went out with this guy, a friend, and in fact, a friend set me up with a guy, right? A friend that I like very much set me up on a date. This is back when I was, had just started dating after going through my divorce. And he was like, I got a frat brother that really, thinks you're attractive. Would you go out with him? I go out with the guy. Now, I have certain things that I like and certain things that I don't. He was okay. He wasn't necessarily my type, but he pulled up in a car that I did not like, right? But I put that to the side. I put it to the side.
Did he have an Acura?
No, not at all. Not at all. Not it definitely was. It was not one of the cars that is reliable. It was not a Honda, not an Acura, not a Mitsubishi. No, it was something else, right? And I put that to the side. We went on a date, and I was like, he's not really my type, but you know what we always hear as women that we're not supposed to be. We need to let go of our types. I get, and Druzy, yes.
What happened?
Yes, ma'am. She put the name of the type of car. Yes. So I wasn't necessarily trying to go out in that car, but I did. Because I'm a nice person, right? So then I get home and I get a text message from a young lady. This is such and such, my child's father. We live together and I found your number and I immediately text him her message and said, do not call me again. Because regardless of what happened, the fact that she immediately responded and was mentioning she had access to his phone. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. And I just said to him, I don't want to be in any of your mess. Please keep me out of it. Please lose my number. Lose it. So he did. But I'm saying, like, that's what happens so often and women get irritated with it. I had another guy. And he chased me down for months. Chased me down. I go out with him. He suggested we be in a relationship. I'm just like, I don't know. Finally, I go out with him. I start to like give in a little bit. I find out he's married. Immediately, I found out he's married. I leave. I text him. I said, look, because he was like, why are you doing, you're not letting me explain. I said, listen to me.
He's legally married.
Legally married. Now,
but he can still be separated.
He might have been separated. I don't care. You told me that you were never married. And you are. And there is a video of the marriage online. Whoa. You're a liar at the very minimum. And his wife was a doctor. So I found out where she was a doctor at. I said, let me tell you something.
How you find out where she was a doctor?
Because I looked it up.
Why do you care? Well, I mean, I know why you care.
No, because I was shocked. This person he was really like a nice, I never would have thought. Why would you press somebody why would you press for a relationship, want to go out of town, want to spend the night, want to meet your children if you have a wife? Like, who does that?
Good. I'm sorry.
So I looked it up and I found out where she worked. And I said, if you reach out to me one more time, I'm going to snapshot all the things that you bought me. I'm going to send it I'm going to send it over. Leave me alone. And he said, you're going to need closure. And I said, you must not know who I didn't say anything to him. I just deleted him, but I was just like, you must not know. I don't need closure from a married man. When men are connected, why can't they just leave well enough alone? Just go.
Well, for the record, Dave is divorced.
Okay. Is this his wife that was reaching out?
No.
Okay. All right. Let me bring in Vigilante and we'll figure out if it's Lanty or Lanty.
Lanty.
Now, we can't see you, sir. You got to bring some light on.
You can't see me at all?
Not really.
Unless you're trying to go for the mysterious look.
You got to turn some light on, sir. There's no light
there? Hold on. Like, not like in arm's reach, but hold on 1 second. I'm not a woman. I don't keep a lamp right by the bed. That's not my thing. Hold on 2 seconds.
You don't go over there and turn that light on, man. Come on.
Oh. What? I just want to apologize to the XO family because I just want to encourage y'all to believe in love. And tonight is not a good day for the love. Okay, we are still believing. We have one bad date, and Kelly is a beautiful girl. She's definitely. Please don't waste any time. Please delete and block. I'm certain that I'm certain he just was overwhelmed by you being attractive and just had to do it. But that's ridiculous. And we must move on. But it's just not a good day. I wanted some good positive couples to come out of this. At least if you're not going to be in a relationship, because there can be such a thing as not a match, but it doesn't have to be negative. But for the first couple, for somebody to be damn near getting stalked, a stalker reaching out and trying to harass the girl who just followed you, like that is a lot. That is a lot. Jesus Christ. Drew said the whole dating pool needs to be closed for the summer. I just, guys, I'm trying. I want to believe. I feel like I am an advocate for love, and I want us to believe in it. And it is out there. It just, men got to do better, Mo. Y'all, you have to have a meeting and y'all got to do better.
I missed the last couple meetings. My bad. I did.
Y'all must do better. You must do better. Because honestly, like if a woman is attractive, this is the thing. If you're attractive, you don't have to ask her on a date. You could have talked, had the conversation all during the love connection night, but you didn't have to keep pushing. That does make me think. Somebody said earlier today he just might have wanted to smash. That's what it feels like, because you can't do nothing with her because you got this girl that's stalking on LinkedIn, Facebook, and IG.
So do you remember when we had the discussion, and I kind of said a few times that certain women are necessary?
You did.
This is why. So the other people
to fill in the gaps.
Yes, they're gap fillers. This is why those women are necessary. So these women don't get involved. You see what I'm saying? Because those women don't care.
They don't.
Pros are necessary.
But why not just? But why that? First of all, I don't ascribe to the fact that men just have to be able to use women. Period. Like that's just not cool.
There's some women, they're getting something in exchange of whatever it is they them, and men have to use it.
Handle your business at this age. Handle your business. Stand on business.
Everybody's grown.
Close the doors and that need to be closed. If you don't want to close the doors, then leave them open, but stay out of other people's face. Stop it. All right, until he gets his stuff together. Dave is in the dark too.
Yeah, I'm in the car. I'm pulling up for my poker night. So, I've gotten like multiple text messages, and can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
You now?
Yeah,
we can hear you.
All right, cool. So I've gotten like multiple text messages in regard to this date and the test for it. So the first thing I want to tell you is I am 100 unequivocally single. I would not have come on there without that. Can you hear me? Man,
we can hear you.
Got you.
Oh, okay. I just can't see y'all. My screen's doing something else. Any case, so with to the ex, Mo is aware of that. C-Dub is aware of that. I mean, to the point that, and I'm not going to get into it because at the end of the day, I'm not the type that's going to slander anybody's name,
right.
But I'm talking about like full restraining order. I've been through this. Mo is aware. He knows the situation. So that's step one. What bothers me, again, is like I said, I'm on the way to poker. I'm getting these text messages like, yo, this girl's wilding out. Is Christal point blank, it just wasn't a love connection. You know what I mean? I told C Boogie this after the date. It's like, and the sad thing about it is, again, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
Wait.
Now I gotta finish.
Because you're coming the wrong way. Because you're saying that it wasn't a love connection. It's fine. She didn't think.
No, exactly. It's that's 100.
But why
Huh?
was your ex reaching out? The fact that your ex reached out to
Be-
her has nothing to do with it being a love connection or not.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's not. But that's the point. So I don't want you passing judgment or jumping to a side without understanding the story. I've been dealing with this for a while. When I say I have a restraining order, I have a restraining order, which is no reason to get into that because that's nobody's business. That's not the purpose of the show. What I'm trying to tell you is to send a letter or a paragraph in regards to that date. I think that that's a little bit childish because up until yesterday, the day before, I should say, what's today? Wednesday, Monday. The young lady that I went on a date with was still texting me, calling me. I just had stopped reaching out because, like I said, it just wasn't a love connection. Super cool lady, the whole 9 yards. And I'm thinking, the date should have been about the date. You know what I mean? Not about, because I get it. Like I told her, I apologize. I'm like, look, I didn't know that this lady reached out to you. I've been dealing with that for a long time. That's something completely different, completely different. You know what I mean?
But
But
Dave, with all due respect, respectfully, number one, she met you through our event, right?
absolutely.
I know you don't know, you
But
don't
I
you
can't
know me that
control
well.
that.
But let me explain something to you, Dave. I really
Appreciate
believe
the tea.
in being. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So I try to be as upfront as possible with my people. We doing this because I want people to believe in love. So when we host an
Absolutely.
event and Kelly comes on the strength of me asking her to come out and believe, and then she goes out with you, whether if you guys are attracted to each other or not, I don't
Uh,
care. But the fact that she had to deal with that, and then I also we said to everyone, we wanted them to come back and talk about the date. That is definitely a part of the date. If I
mhm.
go out with you and your ex is texting me on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram, that's a big deal. That's a big
Uh,
deal.
you
And if,
listen.
and if
I
let me
don't
get this
disagree with
last
any of
part.
that. I don't.
And if you're still interacting, and if you were to tell her, I don't know if this is true or not, that's why I'm happy to have you come on. But if you did say that you are still sleeping with this girl and that you did it because you didn't have any in a while, then you are perpetuating that behavior, and you should not bring anybody else to the party if that's where you're at.
Listen, I would agree with you with 100%. If we were dealing with facts. Once again, you got to understand. I absolutely cannot control what an ex does. Again, I've dealt with this before. That has nothing to do with who I am, and I feel like I have to come on a show and defend myself over a date that, like I said, once again, if there were a dating issue, there would not have been subsequent phone calls and texts. Hey, what you doing tonight? This, that, and the other. It just, again, from my perspective, hey, cool. She's a cool person. She's just not for me. Again, all I could do for her was apologize about the ex reaching out because I've had that happen before. Like,
Oh,
oh, I'm gonna go through Instagram and find out. That has nothing to do with me. I haven't been with this person. I'm not with that person. It's unfortunate. But for me to have to feel like my character is being attacked or hey, I'm a bad guy, that's not the case. And
well,
you
we're
know
not
that.
saying
It's
anybody
just
is a
not the
bad
case.
guy. We're not saying you're a
I'm
bad guy.
sorry.
I just said if you are sleeping with this woman and you know that she
Wait a
is.
minute. Now it's I'm sleeping with the woman. I mean, see that I think that's the thing. I don't think that we're listening. I'm not sleeping with the woman. Once
That's what
again,
I'm Dave,
yeah,
I don't know. I just reading Kelly's
yeah,
email to me. She said that you
right.
told her that you
Okay.
were intimate with the woman last month. So I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm not trying to be.
No, and
I'm
yeah, and I don't have a dog in the fight either. All I'm saying is when you go on a date, there was again the situation about my ex calling. That's not a controllable. That's not something that I can control. Period.
unless you are sleeping with
Period.
her.
And
But if
and
you are sleeping
so
with her, you can
no
control.
no 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 no. Again, this needs to be a neutral conversation, not okay, a man against woman. Let me jump on the woman's side. I've already spoken my behalf on that. What I'm trying to say is simply this, you know, excluding that. You know what I mean? Once again, we talked about believing in love, relationships, the whole 9 yards. But I don't want to make that the narrative that, oh, okay, all right, our show is going to be about Dave's ex contacting this person because that's not what it was about, and I get it. But like I told her from the very beginning, and this, and please understand that all of this was prior to the date. So I don't want you to think that, oh, okay, they had a date and then she no, this was prior to the date.
She
She
said that. Yeah.
Kelly followed me on Instagram, and then boom, the ex reached out to her, which was a little weird, you know what I mean? But again, I'm used to that. And Kelly and I still went out on a date. We still went out to eat this, that, and the other. And I just knew that, okay, this ain't my person. You know what I mean? And that's really what it is. And so, excuse me. And so for that to take place, um, afterwards, and then to say, okay, well, okay, I'm just gonna write. I mean, I just spoke to her 2 days ago, you know what I mean? But my thing is, once again, it wasn't, she's not a bad person for from what I can see. But at the same time, I think that that's a little bit much, other than to just say, okay, well, hey, we went out, it was cool, we had dinner, we laughed, we talked, and it just wasn't a love connection. You know what I mean? There are certain things that for me that just said, okay, you know what, this ain't my person, doesn't make her a bad person. You know what I mean? And again, the last thing I would, because it's not a man trait, I'm not here to offer any proverbial tea, so to speak, on things that she and I talked about from previous relationships that made it a no for me. That's not my place to do. That's not my intent, because I never intentionally want to hurt anybody. And that's just the dude that I am. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. So I'm never going to come out and you won't hear me do it anyway. You're not going to hear me say, okay, well, something negative about this person, because if it doesn't work, I can say, yeah, you know what? This and this bothers me, but it's just not a love connection. It's really as simple as that.
So
You know what I mean?
it sounds like you're just saying that you just wish she wouldn't have told us about the stalker. That because and I
Well,
think that's ridiculous because Dave, she met
no, I
you
don't.
at an event,
Go ahead.
and
I'll let you speak.
she met you at an event, and it's
Hmm.
this. First of all, I want to say this is not about a woman attacking a man. I would say the same thing with a woman as well. And I said
Uh-huh.
probably she shouldn't have went out when she realized that if a girl reached out to you, then probably it's a good idea to just keep that moving. But it's
Right.
her. She wasn't being messy. She didn't even want to come on the show. I asked her, was she okay with me saying it? Because I felt like it made me look bad when I have this event. You go out with a man, and then she didn't say you were inappropriate or anything. But if you have a woman that's reaching out to women that you go on dates with, that's a problem. That's a
You
problem.
know, well, you know what? I agree with you that it's a problem. Unfortunately, where the disconnect is, where we disagree is, unfortunately, if I've got a restraining order against somebody and they do stuff like that, I can't control that. You know what I mean? And I was 100% man about it. And when she reached out to Kelly, I called Kelly, and then Kelly and I spoke about it. You know what I mean? Because Kelly, reached out to me. We spoke about it in depth. You know what I mean? And we still went out. You know what I mean? So at that
Dave,
point, like I said, yo,
I got a question. Was she in violation of that? Did she violate? Is that one of the
well,
violations?
it doesn't specifically say that. What restraining do is say, you can't be within so many feet of a person. You know what I
But
mean?
it's
You can't contact the
like,
person.
right.
That sort.
I got you. Okay. I didn't know if it was, and that the more I think about it, is if it is even a no contact, she didn't contact you, she contact her.
Yeah.
And when they're in violation, there are still certain steps that you have to take, with regard to that. But it does not specifically say that, okay, you can't reach out to somebody that's following them. As you know, my Instagram page is public. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's not like a private thing. You know what I mean? It's not something, that I hide or whatever. You know what I mean? But like I said, I've dealt with situation before. You know what I mean? And with me, like I said, up front and honest. So again, you know what I mean? When it
Was she
comes to
lying?
that situation, my
Was
thing is,
Kelly
if it
lying when she
were
said?
as big of an issue as it's being made out to be, you know what I mean, then we should have never gone on the date in the first place. This happened prior to us even going out. And even after the date, we had spoken several times, no problems, this, that, and the.
Okay. All right, his phone cut out. There's a couple of things. He's not answering the question of when the last time they went out.
No, I see. No, I see your point. And you and I have had these conversations where you was like, Mo, you slept with that girl, and how women are.
Yeah. So hold on, we got Vigilante's back with his light on. I if Dave comes back, we'll figure it out. First of all, welcome back. That it is a light. It's a light.
I was like,
I want to first say shout out to Dave, and I want to, if y'all don't mind me commenting on my take on this.
No, we do mind. No, we didn't talk about you.
What about you, Christal?
We gonna talk about you.
We are Dave is that's a lot. But first of all, how do you is it vigilante or vigilante? What is it?
Everybody say different. The check go to the same place.
Okay. What do you like? What do you prefer?
Just however you pronounce it.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So that I feel like that was a dating disaster that we just heard. And I feel like it was a disaster because I will say this, and then we'll move on to your situation. If you know that you have a stalker, then you should probably not be dating until that's figured out. But if you are dating, then you need to tell the person, and they shouldn't have to be harassed, especially I don't play with LinkedIn. That's where my money and my coins are. Like, that's not cool.
The only problem with that was he did tell her.
He didn't tell her. She told.
Oh, my fact. She found. Okay, I see what you
found
mean.
out. Now, if he offered, then I would have no problem. But it's the weird thing is he's saying he didn't have a problem. He just didn't like her. Okay, cool. They might not have liked each other, but you just don't like the fact that she told about the stalker to us, which she was there for the dating diaries. I mean, the love connection. So it is what it is. So, okay, moving on to Vigilante. Let's talk. So you met a young lady. I actually thought you were going to date a different young lady because I saw you talking to several, and I saw one that you were talking to for a while. So when you told me that you would ask somebody out, I thought that it was the other young lady, but this was a different young lady. So tell us about who you went on a date with and how did that happen?
Okay, so I went on a date with Bree, and Bree was the one who came with her mom, and that was the one he was like, I think it's really cool that you came with your mom. Mm-hmm. And after Bree and her mom did her introduction, that's when I came to the back. So I kind of missed Bree because she's a very quiet, homebody individual. So with the type of conversation we started off having, there was no way that she was going to stick out. But remember when we went to when I did the panel, and I told you that it's always the holistic yogi, quiet women that always stand out to me.
Okay.
So I noticed that everybody was, yelling and having a man versus woman war and whatever. And with her, she just stayed quiet about the whole thing. And it's very unusual. And it's a breath of fresh air when a woman has an opinion and still doesn't want to share it. To me, that's kind of like a superpower.
Okay.
Because most women want their thoughts to be heard and validated, especially in a group setting. So I thought that was kind of dope. So when I was making a beeline for her, I ran into the men are not the enemy woman, probably the one that you thought I was going to end up dating. And she was talking to me for a minute. I went over to the nephew and the aunt that was in the corner, and I had a conversation with him, and I told him, even if you don't like any of the women in here, just keep your sword sharp and have a conversation with the women in here so you can talk to different personalities in one night. And he ended up talking to the girl that was in the front that was hosting. And then that's when I got to Bree. I tapped Bree on the shoulder and I told her to come have a conversation with me. And I didn't know we was going to be out there for the rest of the night.
Okay. So y'all I was listening. So you guys went outside and talked and then got into a deep conversation outside.
Man, it was super deep. And the girl, the auntie that was sitting right behind Mo, mm-hmm. when she went outside, she opened up immediately about her situation and about what she's looking for, et cetera, and then me and the dude who got the girl number in the front, we were talking about going on a double date because I still got those tickets for Beat the Bomb, so we considering doing that. And when we got into that deep conversation, we just set up our first date, which was to go back to the place.
ATL. Mm-hmm.
We ended up going back when it was closed. So one of the places where I haven't done foodie content yet for, we ended up going to there. It's like a Thai Korean restaurant. We went there. It was dope. And then after that, we went to the park.
Mm-hmm.
That was dope. Then
Well, was the date? How was the conversation on the date when you guys went to the Korean spot? Was it positive? Were you attracted to each other? How did that feel?
She's a very interesting girl. I haven't talked to a girl like her in a long time. She's very, very, very reserved. Very very by the book, so to speak. She's 31 and she doesn't look it at all.
Mm-hmm.
So she's interesting. She has layers to her.
Okay. So you are attracted to her, though. You guys are attracted.
She's very attractive. She's just different. She's different from, if I met 100 women tomorrow, she would be the 100th one, where it's like, okay, this one is the one that I've been looking for out of this 100.
Okay, all right, we're moving better. It's better this time. So you guys went on the date, and then you said afterwards you went to the park. Tell us about that.
That was cool. Because she stays closer to Gwinnett, so we went out to Gwinnett and we went to the park at night, and all of the lights were on, and it was just a real dope ambiance. And a few days before that, I had won a romantic dinner catered by this chef at this yoga event that I went to. They had a raffle, and I had won. So we pinpointed the place we wanted to come back to at the park to do the dinner at the park. We were setting up more dates while we were on the date.
Okay, so you guys are going to go out again. I love it.
Yeah. We're going to go to Beat the Bomb, the romantic dinner, and she likes to hike, so we're probably going to go hiking too. So that's 3 of them I know we got coming up.
Okay, so this is good. You had a good time. Okay. Oh, Lord. I just needed something to be positive after. Okay. All right. So, yes, Mo.
I'm sending you something. This is a weird night. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you tell me what. I don't want to. I don't. This is a weird night. I don't know what's going on. Twilight's whole shit.
Well, let me get back to Vigilante, because I don't know what Mo has going on. It's a lot. I don't know what's happening, but
I sent it to you whenever you get ready.
Okay. All right. So you guys are going out again. Is there anything? Because we just heard a dating disaster. They went bad. Is there anything that why do you think your situation? Because it seemed like you spent some time like figuring out who you wanted to take out. Because I saw you talk to several women. So what do you think was, I guess, led to you having a positive experience?
I think first wanting to come to receive a positive experience was the first thing. I noticed that when a lot of people came, they kind of came with iffy, I'm here, but I'm a friend of a friend. I'm kind of spectating, but I want to join. And, most, I'm not to pinpoint gender, but most women are creatures of environment. So if the environment is everybody twerking, more girls gonna twerk. If the environment is everybody in a wedding dress, most girls gonna be in the wedding dress. So if the environment is I'm here, but I'm kind of not here, based off of the amount of married guys and the amount of guys who were like in situationships, then that kind of sets a precedent for the rest of the women to be like, well, more of the same.
Well, I don't think that women are followers. I think that it's easy to be discouraged because we did have some attractive guys there that were not dating, right? That were just like, oh, well, I'm not, C-Dub, John, or a couple of our friends.
Shit, me.
That's kind of the point I was making.
Me out.
That's kind of the point I was making. The more attractive guys that the women may have wanted to go after weren't even available to even talk to.
Some of them, right? A
Yes,
couple of them, right?
but, you know, and I think that just in the future, I think that everybody would end up kind of with similar results that I did if there was like some type of screening, especially after Dave's story. And um, you know, I've figured out I figured out something. And what I figured out is I've been trying to figure this out. The first time that I heard somebody say there's P in the dating market, I didn't know what that meant at first. But now I know, now that I'm about to be 30 in December, so now I've got a grasp on what it means.
Okay.
So what there's P in the dating market means is that both people, male and female, peak at a certain point in their life. There are some people that were the high school basketball star, and that's the best thing that they ever gonna do ever. It's straight factory worker from that point.
Okay.
And then certain women to where they're prom queen, and then that's it after that. And then there are certain people that they elevate to become the president, and there are certain people that never even get a chance to be popular in high school. The problem is that people get with other people not understanding that they have peaked in their life, and they have hope that they are evolving into the next version of themselves when the other person has already done the best that they're going to do in their entire life.
So you're saying some people have already peaked out and
yes,
there's nothing else happening.
There's nothing else that's going on with them ever. And a little bit of that, not to, say anything bad about Dave, but it takes him a long time for him to see himself objectively. That's a really, really bad situation to be in. And I personally, I agree with Mo when I say that if somebody would have hit me up, I would not have gone on the date at all at that point, because that's a safety risk at that point.
Right. And I agree with that.
I want to apologize to the women, because as you can see, I don't never bring any of this stuff into any of my dating situations ever. So when I hear women complain, I'm always in left field because I'm the anomaly. And now I get to see firsthand what they're complaining about. And that's why, to me, it's almost like Love and Hip Hop in person, because I get to see it firsthand, but I'm never going to join it.
But here's the thing, though. You don't even know him. We're talking about Dave. This is your assessment, what you've seen that time and what you heard today.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. Well, Vigilante, I appreciate that. I think that I appreciate you guys having a good day because after that we needed something else. But I think that sometimes I do think, you and Dave are in a very different age category. Now, age is not indicative of maturity, but I do think that sometimes we see things from a different perspective when we go through different things. But I'm definitely not taking up for Dave. But I also want to make sure that people know this platform is not to bash anybody. It really is to talk about the behavior. The behaviors are bad. Yes, Mo does not want people talking about his friend, and I get it. We all
that was just based on the state that he analyzed them. I just,
But I'm assuming that he made that statement based on listening to Dave at the event, or is that what? Did you listen to Dave at the event, Vigilante, or are you just talking about from today?
Is Dave the $500,000 dude, or?
Yeah.
Oh, that's him. Okay. All right. You can assess a lot from Dave. Dave it don't take a lot to get him talking. So he's an open book. So,
Okay. All right. Well, that is interesting. But I will say this: Dave did bring up his money, but you do introduce yourself by saying that you're wealthy as well, right?
Sometimes. Most of the time, I just go like this.
You go like what?
Mo can't see.
Oh, you can't see my finger?
He can't see. Yeah.
But he's pointing at something.
He just holding his finger up.
No, I'm pointing at this magazine cover I got on the
wall. Oh! I didn't see. I didn't even. It went on my head too.
Is that Time Magazine? Life?
One of the
source.
I wish I could hold the light up to it. This one of my content creation lights, so I don't want to hold it and it's gonna cause a glare.
No, but brother, where's the real light? You're wealthy.
No.
I'm just saying. Because they're killing them in the comments about the light. That's why I want him to turn on the light.
Yeah, it's
I've
just
been in the limelight for 15 years now. Mo ain't worried about no comments no more.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Talk your ish. Okay.
But this is what I'm gonna say. What you're witnessing between the difference between the two, and you asked me about it on your show, Christal, was the Sigma male and the difference between the Sigma male and the Alpha male. Now you're seeing it.
Okay, point that out to us though.
Dave is the Alpha male.
Okay.
Vigilante's a Sigma male.
Okay, so what are
the lone wolf?
The characteristics of the Alpha male? Because I think we all have a different definition of alpha. I do think that Dave is a leader and he is charismatic, but I don't think that the braggadociousness is not necessarily alpha. Like alpha males don't have to. Some of them do. Let me not say that because I do have a lot of friends who are alpha males.
I know two of them
all the time. That's true. Never mind. I'm out.
But I do know what a Sigma is, and it's the lone wolf. Are you the lone wolf?
I am.
Okay.
I think Mo is the lone wolf as well.
Yeah. That's why I asked. I know exactly what it is. Okay. Interesting. Okay.
I appreciate that. Well, Vigilante, thank you for joining us. Keep us posted on the date. What's the lady's name? The young lady's name?
Bree. I plan on being at the next event too.
Ho. Christal, I got an important. I sent you something very important.
Okay, hold on.
That's what I was doing. I was reading it, and I was like, let me send it to you. You want to speak on it?
What is happening tonight?
That's why I said this. You want to speak on it, speak on it. If you don't, you don't.
I'm shocked. I don't even know what to say. This is crazy. What is today? Is the moon out today?
Today is the 24th, right?
I don't know what it is. All right, Vigilante. Do you don't want us to say your government name?
I don't mind.
So we have a message here from Bree about her date with Remarcus. That will be you, correct?
Yes, she is in the chat.
She's in the chat. Okay. All right.
Anyway, go ahead.
All right. So this is a long. My God. All right. So we got Bree's definition of the date. Remarcus introduced himself to me at the event as a public figure and a wealthy man. I chuckled a bit because most rich and famous people do not have to tell the world they are rich and famous. He approached me during the discussion, asked if I could step outside with him. I was thoroughly enjoying the dialogue amongst the men and women at the event, but I stepped out anyway. We had a decent conversation about the state of dating, our childhoods, and etc. We then exchanged numbers. Now, Remarcus is far from the type of man I would go for, but I know that I need to expand my horizons. After winning the gift card to come back to the restaurant, we decided to go back out that following Wednesday. Okay, once we arrived at the restaurant, we realized that it was closed. So he made a phone call and shoots me a text with the address of a restaurant in Norcross, and we drive to that location separately. It didn't take me long to realize that he had chosen this restaurant because he needed to shoot content for the restaurant as some sort of social media brand deal. Although I'm grateful for the dinner, going to a random restaurant we ate for free in exchange for advertisement versus taking me somewhere that I might have actually wanted to go, but may have required you to come out of pocket felt low effort to me. So the next Sunday, we actually found ourselves back at ATL for brunch to use the gift card we won. So I'm assuming that you guys, this is the second date.
Yeah, second.
So you guys went on 2 dates. Okay. All in all, brunch went well. He even brought school supplies to contribute to my classroom.
Good job.
That's awesome. So she's a teacher?
Yeah, she's a teacher for autistic students.
Good job.
Nice.
Good
Okay.
job.
I'm giving you 10 points for that. That's what made you bring supplies for her classroom. That's really dope.
I just like to add value to people. Whatever they do, I like to add value.
Okay. All right. So she said he brought school supplies to contribute to my classroom, but there was absolutely no romantic spark. Later that night, he messaged me about love languages and stated that the energy I give off is that I don't like to be touched. I thought that this would be the perfect opportunity to tell him that there was really no romantic spark on my end. My message back to him said verbatim, that is probably true, but that is not how I typically am when I like something. Okay, my message said verbatim, that is probably true, but that is not how I typically am when I like someone. I'm not feeling a romantic spark between us, and that is definitely a prerequisite. His response to me was, as am I. I like to do the ass grab with the hug and kiss on arrival and departure.
Whoa.
Hold hands and lay on each other on a couch or in a booth. Nowhere in his response did he acknowledge the fact that I said I didn't feel a romantic spark. I'm not sure if I was clear enough or he just didn't understand. Even prior to the text message, I gave subtle hints that I wasn't interested. I would ignore messages or reply with one word. He is a great guy for someone, but not for me. I love when people can be their authentic selves, and I do not believe that he is authentic in his presentation. He tended to talk himself up about his social media career, all the podcasts he does, the people that he knows, the projects that he does, and etc., none of which impresses me. I think that he is trying to convince the world and himself that he is a big deal. Still, I wish him the best of luck.
I'm not mad at that.
Okay. I will say this. That wasn't real. I didn't know where we were going. I didn't know where we were going with that. I didn't know what was going to happen. But honestly, that was not a bad situation. Maybe there's not a spark. I do like the fact that you brought school supplies. That was so cool, right?
He's wealthy. He's rich. He can do that. That's nothing to him.
Why do you keep saying that?
Mo's being an asshole.
Because he keeps saying.
I have to say that to you.
No, you said it on.
I think he's getting you back for the Dave.
No.
Somebody gotta get his ball back.
You and I had conversations, Christal, when you was like, well, there's nothing for a guy when we talk about dinner. If a guy's rich, he's not thinking about that. So what I'm saying,
I do say, because we were talking about a friend of mine. A guy asked her on a second date to Belize, and Mo was like, no, and I'm like, if a guy has money, Belize is not a big deal. But you did say it at the event.
But that was a cool gesture, though. I do like that.
I think that was really dope.
School supplies?
Huh?
Y'all talking about the school supplies?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was dope.
I think that was really dope because because you were, first of all, that you appreciate the fact that she's a teacher of autistic students, and the fact that you were seeding into those students. Like, that's dope. And she didn't say anything in here that is rude or disrespectful.
It just wasn't a connection on her part.
It wasn't a connection. So that to me is a success, because dating is really about getting to know people, right? Not about every date is not going to be your husband or wife. So I'm not mad at that. I really am not. I was like reading this like, where are we going? Because it was long.
That's interesting.
That's why when I was reading it, I was like, I'll just send it to you and let you read it.
I did not know that, but I didn't realize that was happening. But let me ask you this: did you pick up on the fact that she might not have been into you, or did you get that text? What did you think when she sent the message that said she didn't feel a romantic spark?
Well, it's like the message is it got like layers to it. So. Okay. She's a very, very shy individual, like how y'all saw her at the event. So when we went out on the dates, I had assumed that was a continuation of that. That's what I meant when I said that she has layers to her. Okay. So, I thought that was cool, especially for her occupation. That's authentically her personality. So that's what I was picking up from it. Right. And with me being with whatever she considers me to be, then I'm used to women reacting to me a different way. So I was open to the fact that she was not reacting to me that way. It was almost like a breath of fresh air. Like, we could have authentic conversation because you're not trying to rip my clothes on.
Oh, not Vigilante.
Let's get to that.
Are you saying that most women are trying to rip your clothes off? I mean, if you say it with your chest.
I don't want to spin the narrative of the conversation to that being the focal point. But what I'm pretty much saying is that I appreciated the fact that her personality type is the way that it is. I appreciated that.
Okay. Okay. And I also want to say, I do think sometimes, because I'm somebody that is naturally shy, right? But I'm only shy with a person that I'm really interested in. And I do think a lot of times guys would mistake that, like they would think like, oh, they would misunderstand me not liking them. More so than being shy, I'm just always going to be a nice person. If I'm not attracted to somebody, I'm not going to be mean to them. So a lot of times men would mistake it and think that I really like them, even if I really wasn't into them, because I'm never going to just be like, some girls are just rude. That's not my personality. But I do think that sometimes men and women can misread signals based on what we're used to. So I like the fact, it sounds like you're saying she came across like a girl that respected herself, and that was attractive to you. Right. And you did not necessarily know that it meant that she wasn't. And to your defense, I would not think that she wasn't into me either if she went on a second date with me.
And agreed to a third.
And agreed to a third. So that's a big deal. Like if she took the school supplies, I'm sure she was very thankful for that, and went on 2 dates and agreed to a third, I would not think that either. And if she responded to the text, some people are not texters. So if I text you and you respond late, that doesn't mean you don't like me. That just means you may not be the best texter, but you did respond. Like,
I'm used to being on movie sets. We're not even allowed to have our phones while we're filming in case they go off while the director is trying to hear the thing in the headphones. So I'm used to not having my phone on. So I didn't think, and she's a teacher, so that's students. So I'm looking at it from that perspective. But I just called her yesterday. We just had a conversation yesterday about what we were going to do this upcoming weekend. So,
well, I would say this, bitch. I don't think you should go out with her again because she sent that text message.
No, she definitely missed out on that opportunity for sure.
but I don't think that was bad. I'm relieved. I'm just in shock and relief. I didn't know that she was sending. So she's
part though.
Yeah.
When we were at the
pop up in here in a minute.
You said who?
I said I'm pretty sure she going. You might get something from her in a minute. Pop up in here.
So when we were at the Korean restaurant, she actually asked me about my social media following. Because she doesn't have social media, so she asked me, and then I got a text from the commissioner because he's doing a 5K run on the 24th.
Commissioner of
the CAB.
Okay.
Commissioner Jeff Turner.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a text from him because he's doing a 5K run. So I showed it to her, and she was like, "Oh, okay, that's dope." And I said, "Is that something you'll be interested into? Because I know you like to hike, you like to work out. Do you want to do this as well?" And then she was like, "Sure, I would love to do that." So I think that I kind of got pinned into a corner when it comes to what she's considering to be bragging about that, because she asked about everything that she just said that I told her before.
She asked to see the text from the commissioner?
We were sitting at the table and it was just right there, right in the middle.
I got you. Okay.
And I was going to ask her to go to the 5K run with me.
Do you think, let me ask you this, just being honest, do you think that, because you did mention, when somebody comes in the room, I think another guy said, did Chaz call himself wealthy? I can't remember.
Yes. That's what I was saying. Yes. I was hoping people got, yes, he did.
When a person calls themselves wealthy, because I have been around extreme wealth, right? I've been around rich. I've been around hood rich. I've been around it all. And when I say, I just want to give some context. Mm. When I say extreme wealth, I'm talking about like probably Eddie Murphy. That's wealthy. Like you can't get rid of the money. It's never gonna go. It extends to it's not going anywhere. Floyd Mayweather. Those are people that I think of. And I do want to say, I don't, in the times that I've been around people that do have that type of money, you guys, I don't, they never bring it up. They never said,
Floyd.
well, Floyd does. I stand corrected. Floyd does. Floyd does bring it up.
I think everybody carries it different, and everybody receives
True.
it. We all come from a different place. Some of us are a little bit happier and more expressive about, I was born in Flint, Michigan, and now I'm who I am in Atlanta, Georgia. So,
But do you think that when you do say things like I'm wealthy and I'm this, and it seems braggadocious, that could be taken the wrong way?
Absolutely. I think that it can. And then I also think that sometimes people they over exaggerate what they heard me say as well sometimes too. So sometimes
what do you mean?
Like how?
Like when she says, let's use her as an example. When she says, all these people that he knows. I've never been the type of person to name drop except for when it's appropriate in that situation, like that text message being sent. So I think that that's clumping that into like it being a big thing. That's a huge over exaggeration. But like I said, I've been who I am for like 15 years now. So I'm used to people being in the comments over exaggerating everything that happens.
But when you're 29, so 15 years, you're 14.
Well, I hopped in when I was 15. I'll be 30 in December, so that's still this year. So hopped into the industry and became a public figure at that time.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I pretty much was living my life in front of the public.
I want the people to be clear. Okay, cool.
Gotcha.
Okay. And I also feel like there's a generation gap, right? So I think what we consider one thing, people that are 29 and 30 may consider it something different.
Right. So we have an older demographic here, so
yeah.
It could be okay. I got you.
Somebody said Will from Ready to Love said he was wealthy. Will Packer? What Will? Will. Wealthy is a crazy word.
He's talking about what's the name? Well, he did say that. Oh,
he did. Well, maybe men are telling people they're wealthy now. I don't know. But see, Vigilante, I work with a lot of celebrities, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really talk about that. Like even on here, people be like, "Chris, why?" I don't talk about it. I really would. It actually like bothered me to mention that I have hung out with Eddie Murphy right then. I was like, I shouldn't have said that, but because I just don't believe in that. But I have been places, and I have some very famous friends, right? That I hang out with. Just don't take pictures. We just kicking it. And I've been places with other people where one of my friends may text my phone, and if somebody saw the name, they may be like, "Ooh, that's a big deal." But I would not say, "Oh, such and such," text me. I would probably be like, "Hey, would you like to do a 5K?" And then, because I promise you, this is just Christal's advice. When you take somebody someplace or you introduce them to something, and you don't give them the commercial for it, right? You just say, are you interested in doing this? Because if she's interested in hiking and she really wants to do a 5K, then when she comes there and is able to meet the commissioner,
there you go.
It's a much bigger response than if you tell them. Because I've had friends that I'll be like, "Do you want to go to this brunch with me? It's about female empowerment." We get to the brunch and there's all these big celebrities. They're like, "I didn't know I was coming here." Because it really, to me, it's not about, I don't care. Like, I'm Christal. And if you want to come hang out with Christal, then you should come hang out with Christal. If I tell you about the people, then you may not want to be with Christal. You may just want to be with them. So I would say my advice to you is like a big sister would be, or an auntie. Because at this point, you probably be more like an auntie than a big sister because you're close to my daughter's age. But I would say probably spend less time focusing on yourself and the characteristics that you display. To me, the dopest thing that you did, number one, you talked to the women, right? You made them a priority. You did not, you didn't do a lot of pandering to the audience. You actually talked to the young lady. And I feel like you were genuinely interested in her. The fact that you brought supplies for her students is so much more impressive than you saying you're wealthy. It's so much more impressive than you saying you hung out with the commissioner. If a man takes interest in you, the right woman will appreciate that more so than the other things. Does that make sense?
I still got the entire world open to me.
You said what?
I said the entire world is still open to me. But yes,
Absolutely.
I understand everything that you're saying too, and I look at everything that you just said in reverse.
Mm.
However you take what I say is how I define who you are. So when she saw that text message and it was from the commissioner, however you take this is who you are, not
But
what I'm
that's not.
showing you.
I'm just
However you
giving you an
take
example of me being in a situation that had similar, if not
I
way
get, I
more.
get what.
You know what I mean? So I'm not taking it no kind of way. I'm just
Mhm.
giving you my advice on how the
Right.
response, and I think it says more about me when I don't have to tell you that I'm hanging out with this person or that person, or this person calls me, or this is the person I interact with or do work for. But if but if we all do things our own way, and I understand that. I just was giving you my perspective, but
No,
it's not necessarily.
me pointing like this is more so me saying whatever girl I'm talking to.
Well, yeah, but you don't. But I'm telling you, that's the point. I don't want the friends that only want to hang out with me because we're going to the after party for the Oscars. I don't want that person, or the BET Award. I want
Right.
the person that really wants to hang out with me. And I think for you, you should, maybe not, but you seem to be someone that values real women. So I would think you would want the woman that really wants to hang out with you. There's a lot of chicks here in Atlanta that want to hang out with you on the movie sets. That's a dime a dozen.
But this what I mean when I say taken out of context, because I was never showing her. I haven't done a 5K run before,
Okay.
and I celebrity box, so it's like that should be something I'm doing more. So
Okay.
when I saw that, and I just had the Commissioner Jeff on my show, so me being able to reach out to him, first of all, is a big deal to myself. I don't give a F word how she feels about that or anybody else in the world.
Right.
So for him to be able to text my phone and say, yes, you're invited to my 5K, regardless of how she feels about his name popping up and whether I feel like it's a braggadocious moment for myself, even though I didn't brag on it, I don't care how nobody feels about
Was
that.
that last text that they send out? His secretary sent out to everybody.
No, it was just to me. He called me the day before and said, I'm gonna text you the information tomorrow.
Gotcha.
So
there you go.
Yeah, it was just one of them situations. But I understand what you're saying too, Christal. I don't want to sound like I'm undermining what you're saying.
No, I got you. We can always agree to disagree or to have our own perspectives. But I just want to say I appreciate you taking the lady on a nice date. If you told her that, and I don't necessarily, I could be in the minority, but I've had a guy take me on a date where he used a Groupon, right? That's not like, it actually went good because he took me someplace I wanted to go, and the tickets to go were like $300 or $400 a piece, and he got a Groupon. But guess what? I still got to go where I wanted. Now my girlfriends were like, he used the Groupon, but I was like, I wanted to go to that show. And
How was the second date?
we went on a second date, Mo. I know Mo's being a smart ass, but we did go on a second date. We did go on a second date.
Well,
we did go on a second date. But I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why we did not go on a third date. We did not go on a third date.
You ran out of Groupon. Fuck out of it.
No, the guy was very attractive. He was a very good looking guy, and he knew it. He asked me, did I want to come to his modeling shoot? And I was like, that's a turn off to me. I'm not into guys like that. And he was modeling and practicing to try to walk on the Falcons, and he was only working 4 hours a day. So the reason that you had to take me out with a Groupon is because you're not spending time working, you're spending time trying to be a pretty boy, and I don't respect that. So I couldn't go out with him. But I did have a good date on the Groupon. He took me to Cavalia, which is a really theatrical horse show, though, and those tickets are super expensive, but we were in there with the Groupon, and he was resourceful. Now, if he had, but to tell a woman, I'll come to your apartment, and you tell me that you only work 4 hours a day, I'm out. I'm out of here immediately. He also told me that if we ever had sex, he needed to use a safety word, and I'm not into that either.
Can I say these two things? Okay. The first thing I'm gonna say is, as far as the Thai restaurant, the first thing I'm gonna do is I want to give a shout out to all of the restaurants that I've done foodie content for and that I have collaborated with. I feel like that's a very huge deal because anybody can pay to go anywhere, but it's a whole nother conversation when the person says, I want you to come here and I would like for you to eat for free, especially in exchange for content. Okay. I'm pretty sure that the president doesn't have to pay a lot of places that he goes, and other people in higher places don't have to pay places that they go. So I may look at that idea and that circumstance a little bit different, and then I'm a community person, so I'm always trying to build with the community. Mm-hmm. And another thing is one of her favorite things to do, her Brie in particular, is to watch murder shows like For My Man, Fatal Attraction,
okay,
V8, stuff like that. I've been on Homicide Hunter, For My Man, Fatal Attraction, ATO Homicide, etc., etc. So this is one of those middle lines right here, because if you're a fan of those shows and I send you one of those shows and I say you should check out this episode, is dope, you have the opportunity to spin that narrative and say that I'm bragging about being on TV, or you have the opportunity to look at it objectively and subjectively and say, oh, I did say I like these type of shows. Do you see what I'm saying?
I do. I think I do. I understand. I think, you know, most importantly, like I said, I just go back to the fact that you were respectful to the young lady, and I think you obviously are confident in how you present yourself, and you're going to keep doing that. So I appreciate that. We appreciate you sharing your story. Hopefully, you will come back, and there are more ladies, more young ladies besides Bree, and we'll do it again.
I can't wait.
I appreciate it. All right. Well, thank you for hanging out with us tonight, Vigilante. I'll hit you up tomorrow.
I love y'all in the comments too. Love you.
Why did you let us sit through that shit?
First of all, you were being mean, Mo.
I wasn't being mean. They said that at first, but then when they start to see the
you were not being objective.
I couldn't fit. Come on, man.
And were you being like that because of Dave?
No, this has not. No. I don't get that's something. This is a young man. Come on, man.
That's what I'm saying. I would want you to like try to. You are.
No, but it was so see-through. So
Julie said, "Shut the pool down, Christal. Summer break under construction. Let's just let it go." Guys, today is not. So we're gonna come back on. First of all, we're gonna give the dating diaries. We're gonna let it breathe until next Wednesday. Okay, we're gonna let it breathe until next Wednesday. Friday,
we got some good stuff. Friday,
we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville, because I'm not gonna go into that because it's gonna add to the dating pool. I cannot do it.
And not only that sparked some good conversation me and Christal had earlier that we want to tap into, having to do with. And by the way, if y'all haven't get a chance, go see Christal's interview with the ladies that she did on Monday.
Yes,
go back and watch that. Run those numbers up for me, please.
Cleanse your brain. Let's cleanse your brain, and let's go watch the ladies from Family Empire. Actually, the great interview with Jaquita and Nicole, and I actually liked both of them a lot more after talking to them.
Here's my thing. This is the interview, and then I had to think back to all the. I say, I only saw like a couple of Ready to Loves, right? I mean, as far as series, pardon me. I like the people afterwards. So I'm like, dang, man, I always like them better after the interview. I mean, after it's over or during, when I get an interview, it's a different light. And I think they're trying to do something on camera, but they're very more personable. Like, I dug the ladies. Excuse me, I really, really did. It was the only one thing I had a difficult thing swallowing, which we talk about. We're going to talk.
We'll talk about that on Friday.
But I really liked them.
They were very likable. Naturally, Sade said I'm 28. I saw. Yeah, guys, if you need a drink after this, have a Seagram's Escapes refresher. I've been sipping.
There you go.
I have been sipping on this the entire time. I need more. I may need to go get another one. Because tonight was a lot. Let's recap both of these situations. Okay.
Woo.
First of all, if it's Dave said he was receiving numerous text messages. I don't know if that's the case or not. I know C Dub probably hit him up. I don't know if
was his daughter. Well,
I don't think his daughter was here because she would have said something. If
she would
yeah, we will respond. Rose, if you could post that question again, I'll tag it and we'll answer it before we get out of here. And I'm sorry I didn't see that. It was just a lot happening between Dave and Vigilante and the light and I and the girl and the other girl coming back. And
I don't care.
I'm gonna speak on behalf of the women, and I'm gonna ask you to take accountability for the men.
Okay.
Because today is about accountability. You and I were talking earlier. We had a disagreement, and I called you and I apologized.
Yes, you.
And I said, you know what? I apologize for if I took that if I took what you said wrong. And so I'm going to ask in the same vein.
Okay.
I'm going to take accountability for the ladies tonight, right? So we have first we have Kelly and then we have Bree. I would say for Kelly, I first of all, I want to say I don't think she was being messy or anything. She did not want to come on the show. She did not speak ill of Dave. She just said to me what happened. And I think you guys that listen, you know, I'm always big on at the event. I ask people to please, when they go on dates, come back and tell us. It's like Love Connection. Love Connection XO is a spinoff of Love Connection that we used to watch when we were growing up with Chuck Woolery, where he would recount, he back in 2 and 2, he would recount the dates. Now, her telling her experience is not her being messy. So I appreciate that. And I would not have wanted her to have that experience and not share it and use it against us. But I will say this, and this is for both the girls. If you go on a date with if you go on a date with someone, or you're asked on a date with someone, and you have a gut feeling that you don't like it, when you agree to go on the date, you are sending a mixed signal, right? So I think at the point that there were issues, it probably should have been a no-go. But if you go on the date, because I know that sometimes if we're interested or we think it could be something, we go on the date. My question would be, why continue to converse, right? To talk to him afterwards. According to Dave, they were still talking after the date. That sends the man a mixed message and makes him feel like his actions were okay. And that's not the case. And if Kelly did, again, we're not bashing her. I'm just taking accountability for the women, for the fact that sometimes we as women send mixed signals. If you're not interested, you should not take repeat dates. That's where men feel like we're just using them for their money, or just, I don't know. If you don't like him, don't go on a date with him. Same thing with Bree. Bree is a little bit younger, so we're going to give her a little bit more flexibility, a little bit more, room to grow. But 3 dates with somebody that you're not interested in is definitely sending the wrong message. Not texting him back right away or texting with one-word answers is not sending him the message that you're not interested. What is the right thing to do is to say, I appreciate it. Thank you. I'd love to be friends. And then if you're friends, you guys are not going on dates, right? You're not going on dates. You're not entertaining that same type of conversation. So I think in both of these situations, the ladies, Bree's situation, I think it was just not a match for their personalities, and maybe she wasn't attracted to him. But I do think that him bringing supplies for her class, sometimes people are good. They just don't, they have a good core. They're just trying to be something that would impress other people. And we have taught men that money and status impresses us. And so a lot of them are throwing that in our face to impress us. I think as women, we have to be more verbal about what we appreciate that is not financial. So I think telling him that she appreciated him bringing the supplies for her class, because I'm sure most guys are not doing that. Anything you want to say about Vigilante is cool, but I'm sure most guys are not on the first or second date bringing supplies for your students. Like, that's a big deal. And I think as women, we have to be mindful of not sending men mixed signals. And I think that's really the only thing I can say about the ladies. I think for all the ladies in the chat, if a man has a woman that's stalking him, probably not a good idea to go on a date, because someone said earlier, I would think that if a woman is bold enough to reach out to you on LinkedIn, she's bold enough to reach out to people that you work with, she's bold enough to affect your job. and your livelihood. And I feel like anytime you are trying to take money out of my mouth or my children's mouth or my family's mouth, that's a direct threat. And I don't want to be bothered with you. So, and I don't want to be bothered with a man that would bring that to my doorstep. So I don't feel like that's Dave's issue. Dave dealt with her. Yes, maybe he can't control her, but that's not for a new woman to have to deal with. So anytime a woman is bold enough to do that, that woman is probably bold enough to walk up on you in a public place. She is bold enough to try to threaten or harm you and that's just not something that you should even be willing to deal with if that man is someone that you're not involved with. So I would say run immediately. Yes, PRNB, it is a Lifetime movie in the making. And it's unnecessary. You don't know that man. If he got all that drama going on, leave him and his drama where they are. I'll give it to you.
Okay. We're going to start with Dave first.
We have to.
I would say not after the phone call that she received, before. Let anybody know of anything that could possibly come out of it. Before. Even though she did find out before the date, she didn't find out before you see what I'm saying?
Right.
Before. And the only reason she found out this time was because Dave gave out his information.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess it went from there. Also, I would say if you do have a restraining order against somebody, I think you can specify certain things. If I'm not mistaken, I've never had to do that, but I think you can. I think you heard you could do that. It's a no contact. You can't, to third person, like you can't. I see this person, and there's a thing that you can't cover your bases. Especially if you state, because she incriminated herself, saying that she got her information from his page. You see what I'm saying?
Say it again.
She incriminated herself once you do that because she said she got her information from his page.
Who did?
I guess Dave's ex.
Oh, the ex. Okay, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're lurking on this man's page, and you got that information. So I would say, man, if you have something like that, try to cover as many bases if you're going to be out here in this world dating, because obviously there's angles, and she's getting to those. And it's a tough one because it's a super thin line that she went out afterwards. But that could have really jeopardized that girl's job if it would have went any further. Because now you know where I work. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't like that.
That could turn into something else. Like people were saying that they make shows out of this type of behavior.
Somebody show up at your job, ask you about some man that's just not even good, right?
Because rightfully said, you said yourself that you can't control it. So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
it's no telling how it could go, so on and so forth. I don't really know what to say with the vigilante gentleman. There is no. I mean, he didn't do anything wrong. It just wasn't connection.
Yeah.
He got supplies. I have the sneaky suspicion the supplies were a hookup too, but that's on a whole nother thing. It might not be.
Let me ask you this. What would your response be if a girl texts you back that she doesn't have a romantic spark? She doesn't feel a romantic spark.
Hey man, if you're the lone wolf, keep it pushing. According to you, you have women falling and climbing up, that type of thing. So that ain't nothing, B.
But I do think, I will say this, and I'm not just, a lot of times men don't care. Men will pursue women that are not into them. I have told men before that
I never got that. That is the way I heard you say.
There are men that will pursue, and it's just because of that, especially men that are used to getting their way. I can neither confirm nor deny that's the situation. But if there are men that are used to getting what they want, or just men that want the woman, and a lot of times a man will say, she didn't like me when we first met, but I won her over. I don't understand that, but that's the case. But I would just say to him, to men, you all deserve better. If a woman is not into you, leave her be. Leave her be.
I'm just thinking that's well, obviously it's not common sense. Some brothers feel like
a lot of men.
I do hear women say, heard it a few times. because he was persistent. And when you hit that, you're creating a monster.
Yeah, I mean, that's for another day. But yeah, we've all gone out with guys that we told no, and then they kept trying, and we're like, okay, well, fine. So it does work. I mean, she said that to him, and she was going on 3 dates with him. So
I need the clarification on that. I don't know. Something don't smell right.
Well, they went out twice at least. He said they had a third date. So she did. Even in the message, it said that she went out. They went out twice.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, was it food? Well,
yes, it was food because they went back to ATL.
Yeah, well, you know how we say like they dating for whatever. I don't know. But,
well, maybe she did. But if you go out with a guy just for free food, then you're sending him a missed message.
None of these guys did. I guess on the date, I didn't hear any of these guys like they behaved badly or anything.
It just sounded like both of them bragged a lot about.
Yeah, and so let me ask you that: do you think that's something that these events draw?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think that's just a personality trait. Because I mean, the other guys that were there are not like that. I know most of the guys personally, they're not like that.
Yeah, it'd be to be two in the room if that's the case.
Well, they were at different polarizing age groups. Jamal, who was there, who was a former NFL football player, he didn't even bring that up. Right. And I think as a woman, that's a lot more attractive than a car salesman. No disrespect.
No, he's finance. You don't sell cars.
Okay. A former NFL player is still a lot more of a draw.
Well, no, I get it.
I'm not shading. I'm saying if everybody was bragging about what they do, that's the brag. That's the brag. So, but then that person never mentioned it. You wouldn't even know if I didn't bring it up.
I was saying about the and they thought I was taking it. That's what I was saying about the wealthy thing. That's in the text. She said, he said.
Yeah.
And then I've heard it before.
That's why both of them talked to. And ironically, he mentioned the fact that Dave said he made $500,000 a year. Now that is, the women do like that. That we do like that. Just want to say that.
What did you say about breadcrumbs?
All right, let's get to Rose's question. Rose says, "Hey, XO family, I had a great first date. He asked me to text when I got home, and I did. He replied that he'd be in touch after his trip. He leaves next Monday. If a guy is interested, wouldn't he try to contact you before he goes away? Should I reach out to check in or wait until he contacts me?" I'm going to start and I'll let Mo finish. I would definitely not reach out if he said, I'll be in touch after he gets back from his trip. I think that women, we're like this. If we like a guy, we are ready to go right. We're ready to go right now. I'm ready to go right now. But men don't necessarily look at it like that. So I had a girlfriend that was dating this guy, and they had went out a couple of times. He went to Vegas with his frat brothers, and she was like, oh no, because he went to Vegas. She's thinking he's going to be doing all this stuff, which he probably is. You know, he's single. They've only went on a couple of dates. He's going to Vegas. But she said, she told him, like, if you can't be good, at least be safe. And he's like, I'll call you when I come back. So he actually ended up texting her pictures while he was there. Point of the story is, men are not like women, right? Women are like, if we like a person, we're automatically thinking about, we're not compartmentalizing. We want to talk to him all the time. We're excited. I love the fact that you're excited, especially considering what we've all been going through tonight. There's nothing wrong with being excited about a first date, specifically if it went well, but we don't want to ever operate out of fear. If he said he'll text you when he gets home from his trip, he could be preparing for the trip. Who knows? He may have work to tie up. Who knows why he said that?
He could be going with his wife.
Well, why would you say that?
I find it mighty suspicious.
Why would you say that? I think Mo is in a bad mood tonight, guys. I don't know if it's the rain that was. Why would you say that?
There are scenarios where that's happened.
I am sorry that you're
and you didn't call her before, during, or send a kite, a pigeon, or something kind of message, and then wait till you get all the way back. It's a slight red flag, but you still wait. and you wait to see what he do.
You know what? You're in timeout.
They mad at me right now. I said maybe. I don't know these people.
Rose.
I'm sorry, Rose. I'm sorry.
We don't know. I mean, we don't know anything right now.
Can I tell you what to do outside of what you said?
Mo, yeah, go ahead, Mo. You just done already said.
Okay, this is what I would say. I would say send him a text and see what happens. You split the difference. Don't call. Send the text.
What should the text say? And why is she sending the text when he said, "I'll call you when I get back"?
And how long? When is he about to go? Because that tells a lot.
She said he was going out of the country.
When? But like in 2 days?
She says next Monday.
See, it's too much of it. Don't. Who do you know he's going out the country with? That don't sound right.
But they just went on one date. They're not in a relationship.
No, it's cool. That's what I'm saying.
Rose, do not send a text, Rose. Do not.
No, I say
tonight is not a good night.
Thinking about you. Hope you had a great time. That's it. Hope you're having a great time.
Rose, don't listen to Mo.
I'm telling you. I'm just saying. Just not give it a couple days and just
Why is she reaching out to him when he told her he would call her when he got back?
She's not calling. She's not asking for a reply. She's sending a message.
Okay, so she's planting a little seed. Okay.
Yes.
I still don't. I mean, I wouldn't because this is why I wouldn't. And Rose, you can make your decision of who you want to talk, whose advice you want to take.
PRNV, that is not true.
I say do not text him because if he is married or if he is full of it, then give a man a rope and let him hang himself.
Okay.
If he reaches out to you when you get back, then everything is cool. You govern it accordingly. But do not reach out to him. He told you that he would talk to you when he got back. She said he's going on a bachelor trip with his brother. I don't say.
Well, there it is. And if it's to the DR, you know what it is.
Hey, Mo, Mo is in timeout. I'm taking you're in timeout, Mo. You're not helping. Do not come back like this on Friday. This is horrible. What's wrong with you tonight?
I'm just saying. I don't know.
No, leave him. Rose, don't do it. But guess what? Also, don't text him or call him. But when he reaches out, don't be hateful and don't be suspicious. He's going to Costa Rica with his brother. His brother is. No, don't say any.
I'm not saying nothing.
I'm muting Mo. I'm muting Mo because he's. I'm muting him because. No, you're muted because he is mad about Dave and the fact that he thought his car was almost stolen and it's ridiculous. And he's giving bad advice. And I'm not gonna let him take Rose. No, I'm not doing it. No, you now look here. You look here. If you're gonna speak, then you're gonna have to be more responsible with the XO family.
Leave it alone.
I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry that we are here tonight. I really hope this is not because of you being upset about your friend.
Why y'all keep saying that?
Because
I'm a grown man. Today? He's a grown man. I'm a grown. No.
Why are you like this today?
Damn, I thought my car was about to stop.
Why are you giving Rose bad advice? If that man said that he would reach out to her when he got back, why are you telling her to reach out to him and seem desperate? She is not a pick me.
Desperate. That is.
Hey, if you tell me I'll talk to you when you get back, then talk to me when you get back. Sorry.
I would just say, no, that's true. I would just say to send a text, like you just check it, because if he's not leaving for a whole nother week and you had a good day, then he's probably going to be there for a whole.
It's Wednesday and it's Monday that he's going. It's not a whole nother week. Maybe they went out this past weekend, but maybe if his brother's getting married, he may be the best man. He may have stuff to do. He said he would reach out to her. Also, women should not be pressed. I agree. Saptosa said, Rose, you go out with someone else. You busy yourself. You do your thing, because guess what? He may or may not be the one. You had a great date. It's cool.
Yeah,
Go have another one this weekend. But do not think that he's married. Do not think that. Mo's
don't think he got nasty down in Costa Rica with those pretty ladies.
Mo, all right. He's acted. I'm sorry, EXO family. He is out of control. He is out of control. That's not nice. That's not nice. We're not going to talk about the ladies in Costa Rica. That's exactly what Rose does not need to be worried about, because if the man is for you, he was for you. Don't listen to that. You get I'm going to take you out the frame in a minute. I'm going to take you out the frame. Jesus. Mo, you have never been like this in the year that you have been here. What in the hell is wrong with you?
Oh God.
That is not your man. And there's no reason for you to feel any kind of way. Even if he was seeing pretty ladies, they're not coming back to Atlanta or wherever you are. Moving on, Mo. Don't say nothing else to Rose. Leave Rose alone.
Friday, everyone. We're going to have a great conversation. We are going to, where are we at right now? We're on Love and Marriage, y'all. Huntsville.
We're on Love and Marriage Huntsville, and we're going to recap the interview from Family Empire.
Absolutely.
Is Mercury in retrograde? Because between Dave and Kelly and Bree and Vigilante and Mo.
I was about to say something, but
you know what?
No, not like that. Not like I was about to say something about that event.
What event, Mo?
The event that we had on the 13th.
What do you have to say about the event, Mo?
No, it was a good event, and we
Don't say anything to Rose.
No, that's not the Rose. No, I'm saying from the turnout and the response and the videos that I got a lot more people wanting to be involved, and we're gonna set a date in a minute. Be on the lookout for that, and more people involved because they really like the open forum idea was talking, and if people meet and mingle and whatever that could take place. So I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. That's it.
I will say we are looking forward to the next event. If you have a stalker and your stalker has access to your Instagram page and your stalker has violent tendencies, please don't come to you're welcome to come. Please don't engage. Okay? Because this is the thing. I was going to say this earlier. You can enjoy the company of a beautiful young lady, and you don't have to ask her out if you know you're not ready. You don't have to. You can just enjoy, have a conversation, and leave it be. You do not have to engage. You do not have to, transfer numbers. You can even walk her to her car. And one thing that men don't get, if you walk a lady to her car and you treat her with respect and you don't ask her out, it even makes her more.
Don't tell them that game. They don't know that. You gotta be right for that. These dudes ain't got the patience. They not ready for that.
I am telling my EXO audience all the game that they need.
That's the real sauce, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. The appealing, like, you gotta be able to give a compliment and walk away. You gotta be given. It leaves a different mystique. It leaves a different energy when you
it shows you're not pressed. Like, you want the person to be wondering about you. Like,
they like mystery. They like if they got it all figured out, dog, they lost half the interest. It's not really there like that. So you be cool and not so desperate. But when's the next time? Hey, I want to be able to relax, man. Relax.
Which is why, Rose, you should definitely not text him, because you let him.
Well, I say it's different for women.
No, it isn't.
I'm not saying you text to ask what's up. You just have a safe.
I'm texting, period.
Okay, that's cool.
Oh my God. Are these people? Maybe I have a, well, I guess I have a stalker on here. I have no idea. Like, who stalks a page with 28,000 people? The stalkers need to go spend their time with a page that has a lot more.
What are you looking at?
I see the stalker put a comment in about my hair, like, girl or man.
Right? You'll be finding, I don't be saying this.
Go do that with someone that has more followers so you can get more attention.
How miserable are you to sit here and just be like,
I was thinking, like, what if it's a man though? I'll be thinking, like, what if
that's bugged out?
I know, because I really want, I think that it could, like, what if it's a man?
Well, if he's a man, he belongs to the LBC, because I can't see why a man will point out woman's hair, and
Yeah. Well, I usually delete them when I see them, but I do need a moderator. But we'll get there. We don't have that many people to get to need a moderator yet. That's for pages that have huge followings, and we're just
on TikTok. Somebody that got way less followers than you, and for some reason they got a moderator.
God bless them.
They be having block parties. They be blocking off.
God bless them. But yeah, I just, it's so weird that then people say it could be a hating man. It could, because I was like, what girl would, like, I don't have any, or at least I don't know any enemies that I have, but I don't understand, like, what woman would do that. But then I was like, what if it's a lame?
Why would a guy do that?
I don't know. Why would a woman do it? Like, who does that? Who does that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Some red pill dudes, could be, because I'm not gonna lie, when I was on Hardly Initiated, those men were so mean to me. They did not like me at all. So could be one of them. Could be
the fact that I just the typing thing and being on.
Yeah, like they just and then when I block it, they'll come back with another name. It's like,
who has that type of time?
I don't know. Weird. This is a weird night. It's a weird night.
It is.
Weird night.
It ain't even the 13th. Friday, 13th. This is crazy.
If it's an X, that is wild. I'm just like, whoever it is, it's wild. But I mean, they really are wasting time, because we're a tight knit group here, and we're all having a good time. But yeah, I immediately block them, and we go on about our way. All right, so
there you go, Joyce. Thank you. If y'all here like the video, please.
Yeah, please like this. We've had a night. Make sure that you Druzy said it might be Dave X. What if it's an old flame that's watching you and heard you mention the date and decided to secretly I don't know. I just can't think any of my exes would. I don't think men really sit around and be worried. Like, I can't imagine it, but I don't know who it is, but it's wild. It's wild. Yes, Rose, we wish you well. When we come back and come together again, it will be Friday. We hope that you will have been strong, and not have reached out to that man. And then when we come back on the following Wednesday, we will check in with you and see where things are. But make sure that you like the video.
Yes, please.
On the way out, hopefully Mo will enjoy the rest of his week, and no one will come after his used Acura to steal it. Because just the chop shop, the scouters for the chop shop will hopefully not be looking for Acuras. And hopefully we'll just be back on Friday. So you guys, Seagram's Escapes, I'll definitely be sipping.
All cars are used. My Acura is not that old. All cars.
No, my car's, everybody's car is used, but I just
once you drive it off the lot, it's gonna try to.
But I did want to point out that
pull up that brake lever. Anyway,
it's definitely not a brand new Acura, so I don't think that the thief is. If they are, then the joke's on them. You get a new Acura. And
hey, we were stolen. That's what it was about. Well,
I know. I do want to make a to the church. Obviously, my friend Mo, you need a woman. You need a woman. Okay, we're gonna have to wrap this single Mo up before the end of this year. Before the end of this year, Mo. before the end of this year, we are going to get you a woman. We're going to have her locked in because this is out of control. You obviously, and she needs to be patient and be ready to because I'm your friend. So when you tell me that somebody wanted the car parts from I'm gonna say, boy, please. But your woman, she'll be like, baby, that's right. They probably do want your car. Like I want her to do that. Okay. We need her in here. C-Dub, help me, help us. Let's get her in here because Mo needs a woman immediately.
I need a woman?
Yes.
I don't need it. It'd be nice to have one.
You need one. You need one.
Eh,
Yeah, you do. Because guess why? Because you're walking around in that, you're walking around in that, in the mall, not knowing which way to go, not knowing which way is out. You need to get home and have somebody rub your shoulders and calm you down. He does. He needs a good woman, and I'm gonna say it. But that's the thing. As we get ready to get out of here, we've been on here too long. But there's no harm in saying I need a partner. There's nothing wrong with that.
It'd be nice to have a partner.
There is a scripture in the Bible that says it is not good for man to be alone. It is not good for man to be alone. And it's not good for my friend to be alone because he's walking around not knowing where his car is, accusing the young thieves in Atlanta.
Now she has me as an old man with dementia. What?
Oh, my friend needs a woman. I'll say it. Forget what he says. I will say it. We need somebody to rub these joints down and calm this man's spirit because he was going.
Now I ain't gonna hold you.
He was going. Oh, he like, I like my bank card in my hand. I said, what?
What is wrong with this?
You sound like an old man. You sound like an old man. And I said to you, I said, you need a woman. You need a woman. This with that. And I think as people, and we need to acknowledge that, right? We need to acknowledge that we need each other. Now he needs the right one. He needs the right one because the wrong one.
For sure. Because all the women in my past was like, ain't nobody tell you to go to the mall in the first place. That's what it came out there.
I was trying. I was so irritated in the store. I was like, ain't nobody steal that car, Mo. And I was trying to be nice, but I was like, nobody stole. It'd be different if he was at a nightclub at like 11 o'clock at night.
I could lock my card from my phone.
He had just got off work.
But I ain't want to have to get another.
That is not the car that you steal on a Wednesday afternoon after work.
Yeah.
I can't.
I'm gonna take a picture of my car.
We're gonna go. Yes, Lynn Toy, that's true. Medical experts say men live longer when they are married or in a relationship. Unfortunately, those same statistics say women live longer when they are not.
And how backwards it? Come on, man.
It's the truth. Y'all stress us out. Y'all stress us out. Y'all are wild. It's a wild
it is Wednesday, y'all. What are we doing? We not on this late on Wednesday?
I don't know.
What are we doing, people?
Miss Hale, I promise. ATL is wild these days, but I'm telling you.
That's why I'm single.
And he wasn't even at like Lenox or Perimeter or Phipps.
Because I live close to this mall.
He was at another mall that nobody even goes to.
It's close to my house. All I had to do.
And but I'm just saying that was not it. It was not the move.
I had to get the screen fixed, and I got it. I got tired of walking around with that cracked screen. I had to get it fixed.
He needs a woman, y'all. Can y'all help me? Help me, please. Help me, please, get my friend a woman because we can't go on like this. We cannot go on like this. Who is that? Kia Mary? I haven't seen that. I don't know who
I do get a woman. I'm going to let you know. The good Christmas gift is still, the window for a nice, decent, real good Christmas gift is still open. Once September comes, I meet a woman, your gift going to be all right. But right now, it still could be very, very nice.
Okay, so you said if you met a girl now in July,
yeah,
there's the possibility for you guys to be in Christmas pajamas and her to get a good gift.
I would do Christmas pajamas if I met her in October. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the window for a very, very decent, because I'm be doing some traveling in December and everything, but a nice, very nice gift on Christmas. And you'll get one, but it won't be as nice if I meet you after September.
How do y'all see this? I missed one of the trollers. Oh wow, I missed it, guys. I missed it, but yeah, I say I'm gonna give you till Halloween. Get in there.
Happen. If don't, it's all good.
No,
Well,
no,
I'll tell you what. Christal and her husband invited me over to Christmas Day. It was the loneliest shit. I think they felt bad for me, so they called me. So when I was driving over there, which is about an hour and 20 minutes.
It's not an hour and 20 minutes.
From my house, it is. So when you hear me, yeah, it is. It's an hour and 20 minutes. The Incredible Hulk music. If you ever watched when Incredible Hulk go, that was my drive because my friends invited me because they felt sorry for me.
That's not even true. And first of all, nobody feels sorry because you be bringing a different girl every time. Well, actually the same girl, but you have brought a different girl. But yeah,
I didn't bring nobody on Christmas. I was by myself. I was by myself at Shay's party. There you go.
I don't know about that.
By myself at my cousin's house for Thanksgiving.
We don't feel sorry for you. You're family, so it's
not feel sorry like that. But y'all didn't want me to be alone, which is cool.
No, like I mean, we just like hanging out with our family.
And then Adrian is aggressive. He'd be like, Mo, you coming over?
Yes, I love it. I just tell him, and he goes after it. He goes after him. Yeah. But you have a good time.
No, we had a good time. We watched 3 football games. We had a good time.
Oh yeah. That was fun. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun. Now we're gonna get Mo booed up, and then yeah, he's been on a dating app, Miss Hale. Honestly, we've had him on a dating app.
But nobody from we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. We love y'all.
Yes.
And please have a positive week. You've been on here probably way too long for us to get up in the morning and go to work. All of us have work to do, but let's leave here on a positive note. Yes. Make sure that you like the chat before you leave. Mo, yes. Let Dave know that we love him still. We just don't love for him to take girls out with a stalker, but we love Dave still. There's no hard feelings. We're just doing what we do.
No, that's all good. Shout out to Dave. Shout out to Vigilante. Shout out to my man C Boogie and C Dub in the chat and all the other beautiful people. We will see you guys on Friday
at 10 o'clock. Be here. Trust me, we got a lot to talk about with Love and Marriage Huntsville. Love you all. See you Friday. Bye-bye.
Peace.